I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you a go love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Jamaican herbs and spices add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right, greetings and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I'm your host, Mannings Man. Hope you're having a fantastic day. This is our second show for the day. Earlier today, we did the part 2 of the Ubingi Blair journey and story, and that was so fascinating. If you have not yet watched it, I encourage you to go ahead and view that show. Really good stuff as Ubingi Blair, former Waterhouse standout, shared his journey and gave some insight as to what he believed will help to enhance football in our country. And so it was a very good chat. So I encourage you, like I said, to go ahead and watch that video after you have watched this one. This is also a part 2. You know, we were speaking recently with DV Hayles, Donovan DV Hayles, Kingston College, Harborview player, coach, national player. And we want to conclude our discussions with him today to finish up hearing his story from a Harborview perspective and in terms of national representation, and then for him to share his exploit as a coach at the schoolboy level, the Premier League level, and just how he has worked in the national program throughout his journey, living overseas now and doing well in good health, and we give God thanks for that. He's doing well in the United States with his family, and we are very delighted that we get an opportunity to speak with him. All right, so stay tuned for that. He's going to come and join us shortly. Come on to the stream, join the stream, watch the stream, be a part of what we're doing. We ask you to hit the like button once you jump on, and you can also subscribe to the channel because we would really appreciate that, and you would be helping us grow as a platform. All right, also want to just give you some update re the Manning Cup. Not good news for Camperdown and for Tivoli Gardens. There is a release from ISA, and there could be more teams in issues. I'm understanding, though I can't verify that yet, but in the DaCosta Cup, there could be teams in problems based on some of the same thing that is happening with Tivoli Gardens and with Camperdown. So several things have changed. So what happened is that the bulletin says, kindly note that games played by both Camperdown High and Tivoli Gardens High have been ruled null and void as both schools were deemed to have used ineligible players throughout the competition, right? And so what that means is that Camperdown and the Tivoli Gardens have been removed from the quarterfinal stage of the Manning Cup, and Stats and Excelsior, both teams have come in. So the zones have changed. What it means now is that Jamaica College, Mona, Stats, and St. Catherine are in one zone. Stats has replaced uh, Tivoli in that zone, and Excelsior has replaced Camperdown. So in that zone now you have Excelsior, Kingston College, Kingston Technical, and Charlie Simit. So there you go. And like I said, we are hearing as well that there are more meetings, more discussions, more dialogue going on, and there is a possibility that other teams, in particular in the DaCosta Cup, could be in hot water with Issa, and that could change the dynamics of the quarterfinals in the DaCosta Cup. If we get any information where that is concerned, we will share with you during this show. If not, at the end of the show, we can just come on and give you a quick video to update you on what is happening. So there you have it, people. Yeah, that is what has transpired, what is happening as it relates to the Money Cup. Very unfortunate because many people had picked Camperdown as one of those teams who could advance to the finals, or at least to the semifinals, and now they are out. The Tivoli Garden team, they showed a lot of promise, and we don't know if a misunderstanding of the rule or the teams are just trying to really um, outsmart the system, and they have been caught. It would be good for us to hear from representatives at a later juncture as to what would have led to these things transpiring. It's probably going to be very busy to get in touch with Mr. Wellington, but we'll make Keith Wellington, that is of ISO, but we'll make every effort to. Remember, we have an interview coming up, and that interview will be with Donovan D.V. Hayles, former Kingston College goalkeeper, Harborview goalkeeper, national goalkeeper, former Kingston College coach, and also a coach out there at Harborview, a coach that has worked with the likes of Ricardo Bibi Gardner, Luton Shelton, you know, Jeremy and you, and so many other standouts out there in Harborview. You speak of the youngster, at some point they would have gone through his coaching and his leadership. He's going to come and share with us some very insightful thoughts about that. I want to welcome Loud Music Entertainment, who is here. A lot of respect to you. Always tuning in and watching the show, and everyone else doing that. Also, we have been. You need to remind me because we have these phone cards that we are supposed to be giving away during the interviews, but sometimes I get so caught up in the interview that I forget to ask the questions. We don't want that to happen for this interview. So at some point, we're going to ask the question for you to answer. And if you get it right, you will win $500 credit, regardless of who your service provider is. It will be sent directly um, to your cell phone. All right. Also want to big up our sponsors. Um, yeah, Tricknick. Tricknick is a Jamaican owned and operated company um, in Canada, and they use authentic Jamaican herbs and spice to make all their products, right? And they are offering a 25% discount on all their products, from their jerk sauce to barbecue sauce to jerk marinade, to hot pepper sauce, curry paste. They even have a book with recipes and menus. That's what you call it, menus, recipes that you can get right now if you buy from Tricknick. All you have to do is visit them at www.tricknick.ca, right? You visit them there, and here is what you do. You use the code I am sure sports 001. One word. That is I am sure sports 001. You use that code, right? Once you use that code, you'll get your 25% discount. Again, very, very, yeah. Daniel Smith, you know that, respect Mr. Cloggy. I mean, hope that you will come on soon and do your interview. We need to go back down west now. We have not touched west in a long time. You understand me? We need to go back. I think Mark Ledford was the last Westman that we had. Listen, we have reached out to Spider Wedderburn, and he really wants to come on, but there's a little bit of difficulty with gadgets on his side. And so we're trying to work a way to get that going. But we have been in dialogue and in conversations, and so we're really making it work, right? We want to make it work. I mean, there are so many other, we want to interview everyone. So I want you to know, people, that if you don't see the person you want us to talk to, is not that we're not going to interview them. It's just that, we have a whole lot, and then sometimes it's very hard depending on location and their access to a gadget that will allow them to, so some of those things, some of those logistics sometimes affect us getting some of the names, but in due time, we will, right? And also, just want you to know, right, that a lot of these guys, they're not used to this, right? And that is why I want you to, as they are being interviewed, to understand, because a lot of them are not used to this. They are not used to being in the public, because generally, as a practice, the only time you probably get an interview if you're a sports person is if you play a game or you coach a game, and at the end of the game you are asked certain questions. Outside of that, rarely do footballing persons get interviewed, right? It's not like overseas where, like different clubs like the Barcelona, they have their own fan TV. Yeah, not they have their own fan TV, and yeah. So you have to, right. So you have to understand that, right? Yeah, you have to understand that, they're not used to this. So sometimes it's a little difficult, but yeah. Mr. Hayles, you're doing the wrong thing, man. Remember, yeah, you see what I mean? You can't get in because you're clicking on the YouTube link. That's a live video that you were supposed to share. So I just sent you the link again. Cause see the comment section. Say, if you're hearing this, you're not supposed to click on the YouTube link. You're supposed to click on the link that says that, the other link. I just sent it back to you again. Yeah. So that is what you have to click on to get in. All right. So just click on it again, and then you will get in. Same thing like we did the last time. So the technology is not easy, people. Sometimes technology gives these issues, You use it one day and then the next day you forget how it works. That's just how technology is. So go back in your WhatsApp and click on the link again. Yeah, so go back in your WhatsApp and click on the link. All right, so people, let me see if I can help to fix this issue. Yeah, so waiting a couple of minutes. See, like we're having some difficulty over here with Mr. Hayles, so let's see. Yeah, so what are your thoughts? I mean, Camperdown, Tivoli, two teams have been removed from the competition. I mean, it must be tough for the youngsters, for them to have gotten to the quarterfinals, and it is at this stage that they have been eliminated. Very, very, very unfortunate situation. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Not an easy thing. Not an easy thing. All right, I think we have our guest now. There we go. Yeah, man. See what you were doing? You were trying to click on the YouTube link, man. You forgot what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're doing now. We're not too used to the technology, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, welcome to
Mm.
the show again. Good to have you for the part two of our interview. I mean, hope you're doing well and the family is doing well.
Yeah, man, everybody is fine, you know.
All
So
right,
give thanks.
give
And I
thanks.
must say, a pleasant viewing, to your guests, and I hope them enjoy this interview. And again, management, you're doing a wonderful work. And we find it, I think we who have been interviewed find it very important to tell the stories, so that people can understand and things like that.
Yeah,
So it is good to be on your show.
yeah, man. Blessings, man. Blessings. Listen, I mean, yesterday I was so delighted because while I was doing interview, no, this was it this morning. This morning, or it was it this morning or yesterday, or I was doing a show yesterday, and Junior Groves was in the comment section. You know how good that is. This
Yeah.
Junior Groves from Harborview runs an academy over there in Canada. Big, right, right? You can understand that, and he's in the comment section making suggestions. That is how greater impact a show like this
Well,
can have. Yeah.
I must give Junior a big shout out because his name is Academist Field of in honor of me, and I really
He
appreciate that.
did.
Yes, because I'm the one that started him off in football.
Come on,
I
man, tell us
coached
about that.
him.
All right, listen. So, Solan, before we even get where we ended, tell us about the Junior Growth story, and how you started, and what's the name of the academy that is named after you? Because this is already breaking like information right here.
The academy is in Canada. Where he has his academy, where he turned out a lot of footballers who have gone on to great things. A lot of them have been drafted in the college and university, and also I think he has members that are selected on the Canadian national team. I don't know if it's the junior teams or what, but I know he has quite a good setup there. And he tried to get me back involved in football because he believed that my football brain is still needed in the game. So he has a lot of contact with a lot of coaches in the United States here who are reaching out to me now. They are making contact with me now to get me in the system because Junior talk highly of me. But so they are working hard on that. I'll have to show that go because I don't know if it's a 9 to 5 job. It's a 10 to 3 job, 10 I'm sorry, 10 hours job. But I have to look on it because the family have to eat and things like that. But I know that they pay good here and once you can get into the system. But there's a lot of red tapes to go through first because American system we go with a lot of paperwork and things like that. But once I hear what it is about and can get set up, then I'll go to it.
Okay,
But
and
then it was a
what's the name
pleasure.
of his academy over there in Canada?
To be honest with you, I think
Can you
it's
say he named it
touch
after
of, I think
you?
it's touch of class, the academy name, but the fields he named the field the Donovan Hills soccer field.
Oh, oh, so
All the
in
fields that
Canada, all the
yeah,
fields
in
at this
Canada.
academy are called Donovan Hills Field.
Yeah, the
Oh,
he has about 3 to 4 fields. Two grass and one is we call synthetic, the artificial that he
yeah.
had named them. He had named them all. He named them off me, and he had a grand opening with hundreds of kids and parents.
And
And
Richard Edwards is over there, right? Richard Edwards work
yes,
with that academy.
exactly. That is not. I'm not sure. I know Richard Edwards started off with him, but I'm not 100% sure if he's still there and the name of the academy. So
And I know Donovan, Devon Porter that a lot of the people know is normally on these platforms as well. Devon Porter.
Yes, I guess somebody in the job will call in and probably type in and give us the name, the rightful name. But I know that Richard Edwards, I saw a post with Richard Edwards, and I think I saw something below saying touch of class.
Right.
So I don't know if that's the name of Junior's Academy or he has one on his own. So I don't want to speak to it without proper information.
All right. So let us, because I mean we never finished the Kingston College story, but we're going to the high school days. We just go get to know you being at Harborview, the national team, and into your coaching exploit, and then we're going to talk about football in Jamaica in general, what you think needs to work. So tell us now about your days at Harborview in the National Premier League as a goalkeeper, and the days with the national team, the Jamaica national team, and then your time as a coach at Harborview, at KC, and stuff. Go ahead.
Excellent. All right, I'll quickly get to that, but I'm not going to spend much time. I was going to just finish up the high school because it was shortened because the competition had abandoned in my last 2 years. I was looking forward to 4. Yes, I was looking forward to 4 years of Manning Cup.
Why was it? Did you know why it was abandoned?
Yes, there was an incident at I think it was Cornwall College. Again, I don't want to be quoted on that. It could have been Cornwall or Clarendon College where they kill a bus driver. The team bus driver.
Yes, Steve Buckner, I think, spoke about this. Right. Mark Ledford or Steve Buckner shared that story about a bus driver. Yeah.
What thing about it to say, management? As again,
Steps was playing.
Yes. No, you say it. Cornwall and Steps, I think, was playing. Yeah. And it was a shocker because we were on our way and we were looking forward to having our revenge with Wolmer's. And this time now, because this was my third year of Manning Cup. The first 2 years I won in the first year, as I explained, and then I also went through the second year when Wolmer's beat us. So this has been the third year now, and there was everybody was looking forward to a big showdown between and Wolmer's because now the competition was split in 2 zones.
2 zones.
Yes,
this was the first time. This was when there were 8 teams in each zone. This was 79.
Exactly.
79 and 78 reps.
No, this would have been now 73. 1973. We went to 8 teams. Yeah, we went to 8 teams, 2 zones.
Okay, 73. Okay.
Right. And we were coming to the end of the zone. So and then to have been a straight finals. There was no
right, the 2 top teams normally go to the final, right?
And then the 2
teams go to
Walker Cup. Exactly. So what happened now that we were leaving
College, hold on, is a Kingston College man teaching me these things, His name is Southey.
Okay, yeah, man, Southey, good man. Southey, man of him history. Yeah, man. So it went into zone.
1972.
Like
Clinton Clark says 1972 that happened.
No, man. No, 72. Yes, he kind of, the man the brain good enough. 72 because as I said, Wolmer's won in 71. He's correct. Wolmer's won in 71, so it will be 1972. That'll be 1972. And then so we were leading our zone by 1 point, and we had Kingston Tech to play, they were at the bottom of the table. 13 goals are scored against them, and they only scored 3. So we were looking forward to winning that game and going to the finals with Wolmer's. Wolmer's was unbeaten in their zone, coming up to their last game. So, and they had a very good team because they had the Plumbers same way and things like that. And my team was excellent because we had Richard Murray now, we had the Murray brothers, and this is the brother of Jerry Murray, who had represented KC in the 64, 65 years. So it's a brilliant footballing family that. Then you had players like Martin Woodstock and all those players playing for we have a player named, we call him Shank, tall midfielder playing for GC. So the teams were very competitive. Very, very competitive. Almost, I won't say all the 16 teams, but definitely 3/4 of the teams in the competition. It was a very competitive year. So it was nice. But then when we reached the last match, only to see the Gleaner, that match was abandoned after the Saturday game. It was a Monday. I should remember that when we went to training, I saw a pale long face, and then we look, you said, man, and I'm a bit upset on things about with the headmasters and their decisions. But why I say that, management, Manning Cup has been abandoned several times. So does champs. And the measures that they hard to put in place Didn't put. They must ban it and think things going to get better the following year. And our people going to sleep it off. No, for one, I think that these teams should have been punished. If it is Manu, if it is KC, no matter who the team is, whether champs or what, when you punish these teams, then the spectator them suffer, right? Not the players. So that was the year. But nevertheless, it turned out to be a very good thing, especially for me and my career, because Kingston College, being the old boys they are, decided that I'm not going to make us sit out 2 years of Manning Cup without any football. So they organized.
So 73. So this is 72. The competition was abandoned.
Yes, in the middle,
Then,
right, in the middle.
And then 73, there was no competition.
No competition 73 and 74.
Why? Because of the same incident?
The same incident, and they just wanted people to forget about it. They didn't do anything to solve it. They didn't put nothing in place. All them did was ban it.
So I didn't know that. So 72, the competition was abandoned.
Yeah.
Then 73, no competition. And 74, no competition?
No competition.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
So, so it was abandoned for 2 years.
Right. So you said that the KC Old Boys.
Yes. So the KC Old Boys put together. It was abandoned 72. I know I could play up to 1970. Sorry. 73. I had 4 years. I could play 70, 71, 72.
No,
70, sorry, 73.
So he said that
yeah,
it
73.
was
73 right, was abandoned 73, not 74. Not
because 74, yeah man, Clen and
yeah.
Clark said there was competition in 74.
Yeah, man. So 74 played, but
so the 2 years was the abandoned year and one full year.
Abandoned year in the middle, right? And the following year it was abandoned totally. No start. The competition did not start.
Okay.
So in 1973, Foggy Barrows, who was responsible for the SDC, the governmental thing, they had a thing at the National Stadium where every weekend there was a big track meet with all high schools and what we call senior runners. At that time we didn't have any clubs, like the Glen Mills clubs and Stephen Francis. So it's people like from the colleges, like UTech, the UW.
That was cast at that time.
Right. So they had this big at the National Stadium. It was just in the time of the festival, and things like, after the festival, going into the September, things like that. But it was like July. And what they did was have a football game at the end of the meet. So they will have a lot of running, like 100 meters, just like 10 100 meters and 10 200 meters. Not much hurdles, but the favorite events, 400 and relays. And then at the end, they will play a game. So you had people like JC who their program never stopped, the Self, Calabar, the top schools, via technical and things. So what they did was mix up all the schools, not Manning Cup school alone. So you had the Costa Cup school and us playing in a little friendly competition.
Yes.
And it was really exciting and big because for the first time, all the best schools in schoolboy football would have played. Yeah. Although there was no cup and there was no league, but we were playing for bragging rights.
Okay.
And then what happened? The Kingston College Old Boys and brought on a lot of international team that year. We played against Trinidad, a team named San Fernando. They were the champion of the schoolboys in Trinidad. We played them at the National Stadium and we give them 5.
Listen, so Clen and Clark helping you. He said Charterhouse from England, San Fernando from Trinidad,
I'm coming to that.
And Manchester United Tour 1973 one day was over.
Right, Manchester United team. Now, this is where I got a rude awakening because we played against Charterhouse, and of course, we as Jamaica.
Hold on, the people's eyes are going to be affected because something seems to be moving every time, and there's some.
Okay, it's a phone.
We can get it steady. Yeah, go ahead.
This is okay?
Yeah, man.
All right. So the game with Charterhouse from England now. This is the champion school, high school in England. Yes. And the belief in Jamaica that Jamaicans cannot beat no foreign team. That was the belief at that time. At that time, the belief was that we could not beat no foreign team. With a school, under 19, which is our youth team, or the senior team. Once you come from foreign, you're going to win.
Okay.
You get me? So that was the thought. So when we played Charterhouse, and it was, and as I tell you, the reporters those time did their homework and present the pre-game, and it was known that the Charterhouse team is the champion team in England. No talking about England now, So say, boy, England football, a big football, and them time I watch Barnes and them man up on TV. Well, we give them 4-0 in the National Stadium.
Who beat them? KC?
Yeah, man, KC give them 4.
Who was on that KC side?
Charles Edlam now was on the team. Well, Charles Edlam played the year we lost now. My second year, Charles Edlam came into the team. Michael Thompson, the Murrays I tell you about, Richie Murray and Mikey Murray. Alan Magnusson, brother, that is Donovan Magnus, who was a top-class footballer too, and was well known. For matter of fact, people started to rate him alongside his skill Cole, which was up speak to his level of skill. So we had a very formidable team. And I tell you, if Manning Cup had played that year, we would have taken the triple. We beat up Veer that year. We beat up every school team. Then we played San Fernando of Trinidad. We give them, I think, 5. Then we played Charterhouse, and we give them 4 love. All right. So when we played Clemson University, and we beat them 2-0 too. And this was a university team from America. And this is why I'm saying
somebody says Patrick Marshall was on the team. Clennon Clark says Patrick Marshall as well.
Marshall, yeah, man. Marshall was on the team. All right. They can keep reminding me. So what happened now is that
your biggest fan, hold on a sec, because I have to stop to read this. Your biggest fan says, Manners and respect management. I run from the hospital to get here. This is Claudia from out by Dolphin Drive. Said that she run from the hospital just to come and watch the part 2 of your interview. So you have to give her a shout out and then continue.
Yeah, man. Well,
she used to be very close to your daughters. She and your daughters were very good friends. Claudia.
Yes, man. I have 5 beautiful kids, man. I really love them. 4 of them I grew up by
was it your sister? She said she used to be close to your twin sister. I don't know, but she remember.
Yeah, man, Claudia.
But
Shout out to
right.
Claudia.
Yeah, man.
Right. So after beating the Charterhouse team, and I tell you, we played Clemson University and we won that game too. So we're doing it. They decided to bring a tough team. So somehow the KC World Boys was able to muster up and get Manchester. Because Manchester United was a top football club. Then, and even probably now, no. But Manchester United had like the George Besson, some top class footballer. So they got the Manchester United team, what you call now, the academy team to come, which was under 19, the under 19 academy. So they don't really match him. When they came with the knowledge that we had beaten the Charterhouse team.
Yes.
Because this isn't talking to them now after the game, because we had a reception for them at the Pegasus Hotel, and the World Boys took us up there because they are the ones that arrange the game. So at the end of the game, we were taken there. Well, that game, I established myself in Jamaica. Now, in other words, people had given me very great ratings in schoolboy, but playing against an international team now would have put the
icing on the cake.
Yes, the explanation sign on it. The explanation
sign, yeah.
Right. Put the explanation sign that, boy, this youth are ready for big football.
Yeah.
No, I must tell you this. 1970, I played my first Manning Cup. My brother carried me to Real Mona Football Club, where I played Division 1. And I was a reserve goalkeeper to a goalkeeper named Bruce Black. So I was assorting myself with top-class goalkeepers in Jamaica from there. And it's them I really learned from. So as I say now, back to the story that playing the Manchester United now, there was 3 games that was scheduled to be played. One against Kingston College, the other one against Veer, down by Veer, because Veer and Casey had proven themselves the best that year after playing this competition I tell you about earlier at the National Stadium. So after that, now we played the team first. We played them first, Manchester United in National Stadium, and man, that was a game. Catelo, I always prepare myself before a game, And how I prepare myself, I will listen to Bob Marley music the whole day. Lying on bed, that's why I meditate. And I got inspiration from Bob Marley songs them. And then I felt that I belong there. Because what Bob was saying is that believe in yourself. All them song them, is like we are just as good. Yeah. If you listen to the words them, is that yeah man. So I used to use that as a motivation to get there. And then I will try to scout the team. I always try to scout the team. But I couldn't scout the
Manchester United team.
Yeah. They're from England. But I used to read a lot of books from out England. I used to watch a thing with on a Sunday called Big League Soccer, which was an English league game.
Okay.
What I noticed, what stood out to me is that these Englishmen were squaring, a lot of squares, them square the ball. And I just put my little brain together and say, I know when them see me and see how short I am, I'm going to say I feel near that. So I had prepared and I said to the team, in the team talk, no, understand this, George T had me playing center for outside left the entire season, And
also, somebody you weren't goalkeeping?
Yeah, I kept Manning Cup for 2 years, and then when in the third year, as I said to you, when it stopped the third year, the following year, Jachi came back down to KC. But Jachi used to love when I play out because him think I had speed. As I tell you, I made out the champs team, I give up my space to a runner named Little T because he was devastated when I got him out. I finished second to Noel Gray in the 100 meters, third to Noel, third to Noel Gray and Charles Lam in the 100 meters at our school sports. And then our years who was the coach decided that anybody, depending on how you place at sports here, that person going to run at champs. No matter how good he is, no matter how good he is, no matter how hard you train the champs team, when sports day come, you better come first or second cartoon team. Now I finished third, but what happened? They decided to withdraw Charles Lam from the 100 because he was going to run 200, 400, 800, and the 2 relays at champs.
Oh.
You can run all 6, you can run all 10 races if you want them days, But TC run about 5 races, Right? But what happened now is that the 100 meters was too close to the 400 meters. It had been the first race on the final day after the 400. So them say, no way, I can't make Charles run that. So them took out Charles and put me in. Well, it was really the relay team that put me on. Okay. Not the flat 100. Young Gray was put on the team. And then Tiny T would have been the reserve. And by the night, Tiny T started cry. And I said, no, I'm a footballer. This man's a track man. I'm training with the track team all along. I'm going to give him the blight. So I went to Mr. Yes and said, no, I learned to run. So I switched place with him and went as reserve. And I'm glad I did because he made a name for himself running the thing there. However, back to it now. So when we were playing against the Manchester United team that night, I had concentrated. I said to the team, I said, well, Mr. Thompson had me to play outside left. I went to his room because we went up by his house to stay before the game. KC Old Boys took us up there. So we spent some time up there the whole day. And I went to him and I said, Mr. T, this game's a big game, and we can't afford KC if you get any big score. So I think I should go in the goal and things. Mr. T was very happy to hear that. Kind of thing say, I don't want to go into the goal. So Mr. T said, but Donovan, you don't train no time throughout the year. I said, well, don't worry about that, man. I still have it inside of me. I said, no problem. Go in the goal. And I said, all right, and I went into the goal. And I had a very outstanding game. The Manchester United, as I tell you now, management, I know when you start the program, I say everything, you talk about Jamaican and discipline. We are over-disciplined as footballers. I can tell you that. On the field, first in my life, I'm hearing from 19-year-old, not even senior players in Jamaica, curse the amount of bad word on a football field, like the Englishman them. Every single shot them take to goal and a save is a bad word that. It's a bad word that.
You know what is funny though? There was a time when like even when I was playing football, you couldn't curse. Cause you get red card. You couldn't curse. Internationally people are doing it.
Yes, because a referee, an international referee, said to me, "There's no such thing as a red card for bad word."
Yeah, yeah.
But guess what? Our Jamaican referee say they call it
Indecent language.
no, they could put language in it. They call it they put it on the there's a rule that there is that's dissent or something like that. Dissent. You're showing
Okay.
dissent. You're showing dissent. But it's not because of that, but the reason she's not dissent is showing them is because you curse about word.
So you're saying that it playing against them is the first time I hear so much bad words.
First, and I've never heard that. I think when I play Premier League, I've heard it on the football field.
Yeah.
Our players, them Jamaican players, will not curse about word on a football field, and even till today.
No man, that is back in the day. No, it is not. It is allowed, man. No, well, I want to say
Well, I
there is
don't know. Even if it's allowed, even if it's allowed, up to when I coach in above you and leave above you, I never hear about word come from any player from any team on the field.
Yeah. I watch some of the Premier League games and they use a lot of foul language, but it
No,
is
the
not predominant.
spectators.
No
The
man,
spectators.
players no man.
When? Since lately?
Yeah man. All on TV they
No,
have
as
to
I
block.
said, you know. And I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
you know, I have never heard it.
I agree
While
with
I
you. It
was
never
coaching.
used to be back in the days, but because back in the days,
Okay.
because that is
Okay.
just one, yeah. And I don't
All
think
right.
that is necessarily I think that is respect because there's
Yeah,
a
man.
different
Yeah,
level of
man.
discipline for playing the game.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, man. Our players are quite respectful, man. Anyhow,
yeah.
so in that game now, I said to Charles Edlam, Chris Dias, and all who was playing defense that day, I said, listen, every ball that's clear, I am going to come get it. Don't worry about it. No matter how them squid, I'm come get it. So that night now, they had 4 quality players. One was Steve Coppell. I remember that guy name because he went on to play for England 2 years after that. England World Cup team I talk about.
Okay,
He
that's a
was one of
78. That is a 78 or this 78 or 74 World Cup.
yes, qualification. No, right.
Okay.
74 World Cup qualification. He was in the team, right? He got a bad injury and that ended his career early. There was 2 more. The goalkeeper that kept for them was a reserve goalkeeper for England.
Okay.
We lost the game 2-0. One was a defender's goal, the first goal. Dias, I don't know, I was taking every square. And this square, when I come for Dias, was feeling could I edit out. And by the time I showed him, and I showed him and I said, boy, Dias are coming. I mean, Dias realized that I reached there. He was trying to withdraw himself from the ball, and then it just hit on his head and went into the goal. And then the next goal was from a corner again. Because them couldn't, through them know I was getting all the corner. Steve Coppell. Again, this is where I get experience, some experience from. Walk in front of me just about when he can about to kick and stand up on my toe, so I couldn't move. And a guy run in and head it in.
Okay.
And when I see that, I say, oh, that is it. These guys, this is how them train them. Them do anything to win. So from that day, from I keep in the major league until after that, no man come near to me and I just stand up. That's naive. I move my foot, push him out of the way or something, or move around. Because I was just there standing waiting to go for the square, I'm just casually walk in front and just put him 2 foot on my toe them, the instep, and stay there. And when the ball kick, referee now say that. All my shout to the referee. The night we were shouting, I said, referee, how they man the course bad when you don't send them off? Referee look at me and said, boy, you don't do it though. So, but that was the experience. And at the end of that game now, we went to the Pegasus and they were talking to us. And I asked them, I said to them, but we beat up your champion school team and things. I didn't expect that just so good. The guy them said to me, he said, listen, man, and where's the guy them in the presence of their coach, the academic coach and manager, them said, listen to me, youngster. In England, the high schools don't have good teams because any player that is good in high school, we take them into an academy.
Yeah, that is true.
Big
point.
He says they are footballers, they are not scholars. And once you go an academy seal, them give you a scholarship.
Yeah.
No, what happened that they say they will allow you to go. Some yes, you have some that is exceptional. They allow them to go and do whatever subject they want to do. The others, them confine them to about 2 to 3 subjects. And the school
Okay.
that they are going, understand that. And then let them out to go to the academy to go and train for the rest of the day.
You think
So that's
that is
why
a
they go.
system that could work in Jamaica, or should we should apply? We just seek
Sure, sure. But guess what happened? The Manning Cup, and this is it now. I have a book here from the history of Manning Cup. And management
yeah.
is going to go that from 1930 to 1973. Now, the thing about that Manning Cup was probably the best organized competition in Jamaica back in the early days. Well, I said that, yeah, Division One. But guess what? Division One was played most cricket clubs, not football clubs. These were like the Kingston Cricket Club, Lucas, thing that now we
Melbourne.
have Melbourne and things. And these players and the players that we used to play, can you remember back those days, you know? Man play cricket, football, and athletics, you know.
Yeah.
I'm very good. Can you remember Maurice Foster was a champion, Caribbean national champion, table tennis player, you know. Yet he was a top West Indian cricketer too.
Cricketer, yes.
Danny Germs, the same thing, football, cricket. Lloyd Westbrook Morgan played both for Jamaica in football and Jamaica in cricket.
Yeah. People always talk
Herbert,
about Bancroft Gardner as well, playing several
yes,
sports.
exactly. Herbert Gordon,
Yeah.
Peter Marston. Well, I play a son like we call it Ellie Cup finals against Veer after we won the
And I heard that
the
Jimmy Adams played Colson Pepsi, I think, at
right,
JC.
and Mark Nita at KC
Yeah.
played on our coach team while playing Sunlight as a youngster. Um, Diego Gordon and Peter Marston beat us in an Ellie Cup. They made I think Diego made 150 or 153, and not out they and Peter Marston made 130. Mikey Wolin, them back up Mikey and kill Mikey with lick, man.
So Peter Marston and Diego Gordon, batting and Michael Holding can't get them out.
Get what? The man, let us say 2-man century, man. One make 140 and one make 130, and them declare for 300 hard and bowl out for 200 and something. After me, well, I never make much runs, but I bat for long because my coach him said Donovan runs can't help, you know. So we go to try and bat and well Anthony. I bat for 2 hours to make 2 runs.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, so after the game now, we were at the Pegasus and we were talking, and they explained that to me. It opened my eye that football, a serious thing in England, all right? The academic thing so much. However, the manager and the coach said to Mr. Thompson the same night, in my present, that they want to come to the school on the following week because they want to see the exercise, the goalkeeping exercise that I got through.
Yes.
Because they can't believe a man, my height, my body and things they consider me being very brilliant. And they also said that they would like to offer me a scholarship to the academy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the coach said to me, he has a problem. He was talking to the director on the phone, he says the night before. I'm telling him that he saw a very young goalkeeper in Jamaica that he believed can go all the way and make the senior team. He said to me and Mr. Thompson that as far as concerned, I am far better than the goalkeeper that they have now. And this is the goalkeeper
that who have
the Manchester United team had in their team.
in their
And
team. Okay.
that goalkeeper went on to be a reserve goalkeeper in England team about 2 years after that.
Yes.
So they believe that if I was to come to England and get that exposure, I could in the future I could walk into the Manchester United senior team.
Okay.
I never believed him. I think that was I just said, look,
Possible.
man, I said, sure, pretty talk. Is when them turn up down by KC the next the following week, and we were still training now because we were going to have other international games to play. It's when them turn up down KC, I said, but wait, the man is serious. And him come to Mr. Thompson and said, boy, okay, now could you take him through some of the exercise so we could see, so we could go back and probably implement some of them. There's a time Mr. T20 the man said, boy, to be honest, you know, I don't know. Him don't want to go keep an exercise, you know. We're gonna take shot to him. The man was amazed. Them say, what?
Yeah.
Them says, son, you have never been trained how to keep goal. I said, no. It's just what past players are like Vin Blaine and Billy Perkins and Nigel Goods and my brother, all them tell me about it, and when I talk to like Vesta Constantine and those goalkeepers, and when I go to match and watch them and saw them keep, I tell you, family my thing and do my thing and put in my own little spin on it. And they were amazed, and they said, no man, them say that is not true. They said that is not true, coach. Is it that you don't want to share your information with us? Sometimes I say, why would I do that? No.
Oh.
And then they started to believe. So they started to take me through little exercise and show me. I said, listen to me. How him don't do any exercise at gym? Said, all right, how many squares? Because them still never believe now. Him said, how many squares you make him take in the evening? Mr. Thompson said, none, unless you're playing big field. And a man squared about. Him said, what you mean? Him said, yeah, when we start playing a little scrimmage game, man, that's the only time him probably get a square ball. Him said, no, man. Him saying England, the goalkeepers in training have to take up to 100 cross. You must square the ball into them, and then take it.
Yeah.
Him say, you don't do any of that? I'm saying, no. I said, but you angle cross far better than my tall goalkeeper down there. I went on to keep in the juvenile team now, the following week, with the game against them. They went to Via and beat Via also 2-0. No, I think they beat Via 2-1. They beat us 2-0 and they lost, and they beat Via 2-1.
Oh, so Via had a good team as well.
Yeah, man, Via had a good team. That time I have Peter Master and Maurice Blair and Miguel Blair. Trinity Douglas had left now.
Barrett is still there.
Zigga Walker. Our reserve goalkeeper that was reserved to me at KC left and went there now. Because he realized he wouldn't get no game at KC again. That was after 1970.
Oh,
he left.
Okay, so Via had a good team. Yeah.
Via had a good team, and a good team.
So you went to the juvenile team now?
I went to the juvenile coach, which was John Farr, called me, man, I was saying, boy, you have to come keep him because we can't afford Jamaica for lose after KC barely miss out and
Veer.
And Veer, if the national team lose, the program going crash. No, Mr. T didn't want me to keep on the juvenile team because he didn't want him to look good. The coach, because them didn't call me in the first place. No, I was a member of the Jamaica juvenile team, all along coming up until that time. But the reason why was that they were going to play a tournament in Canada. I think it was like under 19 World Cup qualifying tournament. That time, I think it just came with the under 19 or some. If not the World Cup, it had been some FIFA competition. Yeah, and what happened is that they had said,
Clinton start giving us some more names. Jack Perry, Harry
Jack
Tennant,
Percy, man. Jack Percy.
Harry Tennant,
Whimsy
Mitchell.
Wimpy Mitchell. Yeah, man. Fantastic footballer. Yeah, they had played for Aberview, while going to school too. We used to go to Veer and pick them up. We used to have to pick them out at Veer and carry them up to come for game. If ever during the week game. So
you're talking about why for that particular time you weren't in the national league.
in the Jamaica because while I was training with what I've been called, I was still of juvenile age, but when it came to the competition, the FIFA said that they're moving it from the year now to the month. So the January I would have been 19. And the competition was 19 in January. Them said, no, not in the year. It have to be like before January, sometime September, something like that, the last of November, December.
It can't be 19 in the year of the competition.
Right. And I was 19. So them say I have to be 18. And then now them push it back now after that to the year. Once you're born in the year, once you're 19 or you're 17 in the year, you can. So that was my bad luck. But I kept with the junior team that night. I had a very outstanding game again, and that game drew 1-1.
Okay, so who were some of the players now on this juvenile team? Because you have the Veer players, the KC players, the Jamaica College players.
Peter Marston. The Rennie Phillips. This youngster was from Campion College. Big footballer, man. Rennie Phillips. Top class striker. but he didn't play a Manning Cup because he was going to a private school, which was Campion.
Okay.
And Campion wasn't in Manning Cup that time, right?
Okay.
You had people like Ivor Lodge, you had people like Clyde Gerardini was in that Jamaica juvenile team, Peter Marston, I tell you. Quite a few, and quite a few players from Boys Town.
None of the Wolmer's players?
Yeah, man. I think Bobby Plummer would have been it. Luke Whitney from GSC. Martin Woodstock from GSC. Who else? I said there was quite a few players from Old Master, which I can't remember right offhand now. But,
all right, so let me just take this comment from Dean Sewell and we'll get back. Dean Sewell, former Constant Spring players, says, DV, again, your point shows that what we have is raw talent. However, without it being nurtured and groomed properly, by the time we get to the pros or professional setting, we're left way behind. So what he's talking about is the whole idea that the academy you're talking about, the school that you beat and the Manchester person's telling you that the high school football is not good because once you're good, you're taken out of the high school system.
Yeah, man.
That is what Dean Sewell is referring to.
Yeah,
and then,
exactly. I say we have grown up that Manning Cup is the thing. Even I will tell you something one time before Renee Simmons come to Jamaica, who put emphasis on the Premier League and the Major League players. Before it was a schoolboy get selection, If you don't play for KC, Georges and them team that not shine, it's hard to get into the national team.
Yeah.
And then what happened was that the Division 1, to be honest with you, and I hear, I guess when you reach out, we can't touch on it, but the Division 1 was played, Division 1 was more cricketing team. So those people never really were for football. They were good cricketers who could play a good football. And them used to do it as pastime. So when cricket come up, the emphasis was cricket.
Yeah.
So competition have to suspend or stop or something. And then what happened, there was no identity to the clubs.
Okay.
Right? No, this is where Never Granville and people come in, when they change from Division 1. No, the only footballing clubs that was there was Cavaliers, Santos, and basically Boston. But Boston was still a community that excelled both in football and cricket.
So in terms of football club, it was only Santos
and Cavaliers.
What about Harborview?
No, man, Harborview not come to football them time, man.
Oh, okay.
Waterhouse, Harborview, Ligani, none of them teams come until them bring the Major League come and bring it to the community. And that's where the clubs them went upset now. This is where Cavaliers, Duncan, and Jackie Bell get upset with Russell, his brother. His brother, I'm not telling Russell, Jackie get mad and say, no, this can't, because he realized that once he got to community, he's going to lose most of his players. I was planning to a lot of good footballers who left out of school just stop playing because they're not going to stand, they don't really have no identity. But so when the Major League came in, first, I will tell you this, Division 1, I used to go to Division 1 match. There's 3 persons in the stadium. Yeah, 3. And when you have a big finals, you might get 50.
Whoa.
The only time stadium pack, I when Alan Cole touch a field, I go and play. And anytime Alan don't turn up, man, go back home.
So that really changed when the Major League came in now and the club.
When Major League came in now, right? Yeah. And the emphasis was put on community. The community come out because they have something to defend. We, the players, now feel committed now to a team because this is where we live.
Yeah.
And if you watch in England, it's a community. It's community football. Now. Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea. It's community. It's only on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
So a man living in Manchester, when I cheer for Manchester City or Manchester United now, is it more life that is him father, him mother, him sister, him brother, him grandchildren. People come out of that and say, boy, this is where we live, and this is where we come from, and them defend that to them life. So that was the model. And from that coming, we start to get crowd, the football live. No, they were truthful. They said to us that once they move from club to Major League, the standard going to drop. Because what it does, it wind the pools now to everybody to play. And there's a lot of teams. So the talent was thin out. You get a 4 or 5 good players going to this club. But them say eventually, because the youngsters in the community now seeing them community playing in a major competition, they're going to get interested. And so said, so done. And then because of that now, Jackie Bell went to Craveney and asked him to donate a cup with a prize money. Those days you never have prize money in football. And play and call it National League.
The Craveney.
Craveney National League, which will incorporate all the champion teams in each parish. And himself, because he never played in a major league, But him going to have to be in it because he organized that.
Who that?
Santos. Santos. Because 2 years them didn't play the major league. Right? Duncan didn't play. Cavaliers didn't play the first year, but they entered about the second year when they saw the magnitude of it and the crowd.
Oh, they were kind of in opposition, so they decided not to play.
Those two teams, withdraw from it. So when Duncan signed, now Duncan said, "Boy, Jackie, this thing like it all work out."
Right. So this was no. So you're saying to me that 1973 to 74, that when Santos won, what was that? That was the beat Boys Town. That was
Division One. Division One.
Okay, and so that time.
No. It wouldn't be 74,
Yeah, man. The 73, 74 season. Right.
Yeah, the season I run into. But what happened is that Real Mona, when I went to Real Mona in 1970, we won Division One.
All right. So let me tell you, when the cigarette company didn't take over the sponsorship until in 1982. No, man, it's 82. It was called Cigarette Company Craveney sponsored National Premier League.
Yes.
1982. But before that,
but Major League was going on from 73 to 74.
Right. So that was first year was Santos. Yeah, man. Well, I don't know, but what I have is 73 to 74, Santos beat Boys Town. 74 to 75, Santos beat Boys Town. 70.
That was the National League. That was great.
No, 75 to 76, Santos beat Cavaliers. Then 76 to 77, right? Santos beat Cavaliers again. Then Arnett Gardens beat Harborview 77 to 78.
Yes.
Then
so
78, 79, it was abandoned.
Yes.
Then Santos beat Cavaliers in 79 to 80. Then Cavaliers beat Thunderbolt 1980 to 81. Then 82, it was a no competition. And then 82 to 83, Craveney sponsored it.
Well, okay. Well, all right. So, all right, I said, I don't want me to sponsor, but the competition was started in that year, 1973, the National League. And the prize money. And this was a big thing in Jamaica. It was the biggest prize money ever to be paid out to any club.
What was the prize money?
$1,000.
$1,000 was a lot of money then, though.
Listen, I have a picture, a Gleaner picture, where when Harborview entered in 1974, we got sponsorship from Royal Bank of Jamaica. RBC. And it was a big thing. Big thing because it's the first any club that would have gotten any form of sponsorship from a company. And that was to take care of all the gears and everything. Not to pay players.
1974.
1974. You know how much money, you know what the check was? Because they couldn't give in cash, Check. You know what the check was?
$50.
$50. Man, Fatah collect it, man. Man, we're so happy for it.
Your first sponsorship at Harborview was $50.
$50. They work for money, man. Whole heap of money. We used to work. We went around and collect buckle. Buckle was selling for 1 cent. And we were able to buy, after we collect all the buckle in Harborview, the people give us them buckle and things, and we went to D&G and change them out. We were able to buy 2 sets of boots for the players. Each player got 2 boots. We got sweatsuit, a full set of sweatsuit, and 3 sets of gears.
Yeah. What I want to listen, because I know I know, I mean, it's a lot of time and it's a lot of history and stuff. So I don't even want to go through Harborview the league, or you want to look at what was happening then and just the state
All
of
right,
the
no,
whole
we
football
go
now.
through
The
Harborview. We
whole
go through
football.
Harborview, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Harborview is my heart, man. Well, all right, so 1974 now, we finished with Manning Cup, right? That was my last year, no Manning Cup play. My brother, along Vin Blaine, had a record shop with a close friend of his, Ronald Chung, by the plaza.
That's
So
what
my
in
brother
Harborview.
yes, in Harborview. So my brother went to Vin, and Vin, that time Vin used to travel. Vin used to work with Panama and used to travel a lot with Panama and things. So he went to Vin and said to Vin, boy, Vin want to enter the major league. First of all, Russell Bell wanted us to enter the major league the year before. And we said no. But that time my brother said he wanted us to go into Division 2 or play and things. So Piggy said, no, we're not gonna play, man. We take a year and organize a club structure with presidents, secretary, everything like that. And we want to train for at least a year, prepare yourself to play a football, not to play a competition, to play football.
Yeah.
Right? And so them both said that. At this time, Vin Blaine was playing, still playing. And when I turned to Vin and said, Vin, you're going to be the president, so you have to stop playing because if you get game, and also because you're the president. So I'm give up playing because of that. So we entered 1974.
So Vin Blaine was the first president of a structured Harborview.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
With Ronald Chung as the founder and the manager of the team.
Okay.
Derek Golin was the coach. My brother, Yuan, because him was the only man in Harborview at the time that really played Division 1, I was playing for Cavaliers. He played for Cavaliers, Real Moon, and Santos.
Yeah.
Well, no, he didn't play for Santos yet. So he was the top footballer in Harborview. So he was given captain of the team. And the rest of players them was some young player, me, Clyde, Jerry Dean, everyone away, and 19 and under. Right? Well, me was 19, Clyde them was 18, because based on the month Clyde born.
Yeah.
And the rest of them was some like 17-year-old, because some minor league players, were put together. And then, well, quite a few senior players along with them, but majority of the players were juniors. We were just juniors. And we spent 1 year going to the country cup against a lot of teams, Seba, all them team then, get a foot wet and know what is what. So we came into the major league in 74 for the first time. We run through as one. That the major league was in zones, We were in zone 1, which include Port Royal, Rockford, Bull Bay, Wellington Town, and Brownstown, Harborview, and I remember which team.
There was no Mountain View, none of you, no Mountain View, no team from that side.
Yeah, man, Cavaliers came into the commission.
Okay.
But Cavaliers played in zone 2.
Okay,
and that will be in the Mona era, I think.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so when we play now, we run through our zone.
Yeah.
To surprise everybody. So the papers start to follow us now. So our first game was inside the national stadium. So what used to happen that the winners, the top 2 teams out of each zone, would go to the national stadium. That's when you enter the national stadium, because all of these games would play on home ground.
Okay.
And
But Harborview didn't have any field at this time.
Yes, man. Compound, man. Pure stone. Stone like no. You never walk 2 yards to pick up a stone on the field, man. When you dive, you have to take out a 3-4 pebble out of my hand niggle.
What? You serious?
Well, make anybody in town come in and tell you. There was no grass. When you go Boys Town, the same thing. When dust blow, man, if nobody can't see nobody. Pure dust no field. Right?
All on there.
No field.
So you say when you dive to see a ball, oftentimes you'd find a stone and whoa.
Listen to me, man. If a fight start, I'm gonna bend up on the field and start throw stone. Compound was full of stone. Every match you rake the field, and so you rake it, more stone come up.
So how did people play good football on those fields? Was the football good?
It was amazing to see the ball, some one-touch football, some wicked tic-tac, the skill. I tell you, man, but that's a joke now. I tell you about Archie now, Archie Richards, son of Richard's father. Man used to say, no, if it's 2 pound compound, because a ball appear to Archie, you know, and the ball comes straight to Archie, and Archie run from where the line of the ball and go further up. And that's where Archie go. He was leap on the stone and go to Archie, you know. A serious thing, man. When a man kick a shot to your goal now, you have to, at the last moment, make him move, you know, because the ball lick and just change direction.
So the only time you get to play on grass is when you go play in the National Stadium or Stadium East or Stadium West.
National Stadium. No, Stadium West. That's not inside the National Stadium. All the games I used to play. Stadium West is dust.
Everywhere
Stadium
else was
East is dust now.
dirt.
Dust and dirt now, by that time. Right?
Okay.
So
you say you run through the zone, you tap the zone, and you went to play.
Inside the stadium now, where the top teams there are now. So that is a true test. Our first game was against Pembrokeshire, who finished about 30 years before. So this no stadium. No, when they go to the stadium, you know, the communities come out, you know, man. Stadium pack for every single game. Even at the home games, you know.
Right, so because who was it? Who tapped the other zone? Because you tap your zone, who tapped the other zone? You remember who you played against?
Boston and Tivoli would have come out from the west zone. Ligani would have come out from the Mona zone. Ligani and Cavaliers. I think then you had Golden Aces up from that Constant Spring side.
That's Constant, yeah.
Yeah. That is where you book up on a Granny Marshall, you know. Them type of striker, you know, right? And then they're gonna have Keith Lattimore and Hart Lattimore brothers.
Dean was saying here that at 16 he played at compound for Arantes and it was a dust bowl and stones.
Yeah, Dean Sewell no man. Then Dean Sewell get some of that from Constant Spring to man when he come up.
Yeah.
And Dean Sewell is a good footballer, you know, trust me. I think him get a raw deal still, you know. But you know, say it go.
Yeah, man. But, so did you that first year? Did you win the league? Did you win the major the Division 1?
No, we didn't. We lost out in the semifinals to Cavaliers. Never Oxford scored a goal.
Okay.
But tell the truth. We get a real hard deal, man, because Hayles should have killed me centre forward Fatai and Aital. No, Aital didn't play the first year with us. But every time Fatai break through, man, Hayles bring him down at the box. Referees to play on. Because Cavaliers was a big team them days. I know what half of you upset them.
Yeah.
But it's a hard part. Backland Neville scored in the 9 minutes. Scored a beautiful goal. Cut in from the left side. Cut on him left foot and finish. Neville actually was an outstanding footballer, you know. Brazil wanted him, you know.
Yeah, man. I did the interview with him and he mentioned that. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so, all right. So that's the first year. That's the first year.
So we enter the stadium now. Vin Blaine had went to England and brought back a full blue set of gears. Nothing ignite. We were blue and gold. It's the prettiest blue gears I've ever seen in my life. But it was a Chelsea gears.
Okay.
We bought a set of Chelsea gears and come back. So we enter the stadium now. Then give it to us. So we put it on. Every man's a ball tonight. And then we have on a set suit first, you know. So we went out in a set suit. And everybody starts to put it. A society team, this guy, they must have. The time football team can't sweat suit. Don't think it's a sweat suit is when if you're running now. At least. You understand? So them thing was prime thing. Because when we was sports and games about the sweat suit, them say them don't have so much sweat suit can't sell away. Them had to send back to England and harder them. So we didn't get them for the first round, we got them for the second round, which stadium. The night we were playing Pembrokeshire. 7-1 them pick up, you know.
Yeah, but I try because I'm a little bit all right because this is the first season when you didn't go through, right? This is
this is the first season,
right?
So we went to the stadium
to play what? Because you say you're normally
to play the major league because I tell you it was in zone before, so you play on your home ground, home and away.
All right, all right.
So you play against Bolby, Rockford, and the top 2 teams from each zone. I think there was 5 or 6.
Okay, so the top 2. Okay, no, I understand. So that is when you go to the stadium.
All right. So you go to the stadium and we go to the stadium and they divide us in 2 zones.
Okay. No, I get it. Yeah. All right. So
and then the top 4 would go to semifinals.
Right. So this is where Cavaliers knocked you out.
Where Cavaliers knocked us out in the semifinals at the stadium.
Right. Yeah, man. So it is in
so in our zone now we had Pembrokeshire, we had I think Boys Town. I don't remember teams, but we and I think Boys Town went through from our zone.
Right, and then Cavaliers and somebody went through.
I went through. So we had Cavaliers in the semifinals because we came second in the zone.
Okay, and they came first, and they knocked you out, and
I
they
think
went
it
to
was
the
Boys
final.
Town. Yeah, Boys Town. Because we drew one of the games at Boys Town, and the second game we got an indirect kick. An indirect kick just outside the box. And my center of balance now, instead of use him and put on the ball, he just use him foot and push the ball to the spot. And last year, I just turn around and kick to the goal and for he said, boy, it's goal. I said, no, we just center to spot the ball to take the kick. So we lost that game 1-0, and they won the zone, and we came second. But the first game of the zone was against Pembroke, which was one of the favorite to win.
Okay.
And we give them 7-1. That night to play some football. The first man I said that level of football in the stadium. Santos used to play one at the highest level, them and Cavaliers. But them used to play slow. We came, but we were doing the same thing. Short pass, but very fast, because we now started to pattern the Alan team. The Dutch team.
Yeah. Okay.
As in 1974, we went to the stadium and watched every telecast game in the World Cup.
You went to the stadium?
Yeah, man. I had to go to nationals. You see the arena over by in front of the stadium there?
Yeah, man.
That's where they used to show the telecast game and you pay to go in. I think it'll be $1. You have to pay and go in and watch it. Because you know,
so you had to leave from Harborview to come watch a World Cup match in the arena. Wow.
You know, man come from Montego Bay, from Trelawney. Yeah, man, when you reach up at the stadium, the long line that is there, and man have them pot of food, I eat. Come on, used to add. The games them used to start, you had 3 games a day. World Cup games.
Yeah.
Right? This is 1974 now. I was playing in Germany. So you had 2 games in the morning. First game start 9, I think, or 9:30, and the second game start after that. And then the last game was a night game in Germany. So we get it about 8:30 the evening. You know, you stadium, you know, man. You go stay from 7 in the morning and come back home about 11 o'clock at night.
Wow. So that's how people used to watch World Cup, at least in 1974. Yeah, all right.
I was fight for getting inside, you know. Yeah,
so
man.
Which one?
So
right,
we thought, so my manager loved how the Allen team play, because they played very fast and they were playing some good touch football with Ron Cruyff and Niskins and them, man. So we adopted that style.
See, Clennon asking you that who you played Major League for first. How about you or Tivoli?
Tivoli Gardens, because Abbeville didn't enter yet. And again, that was my brother doing. I came from a juvenile training at the National Stadium over by the Stadium West.
Yeah.
And my brother came to pick me up because he had to carry me to the stadium and back, you know. Because me young and never even know my way to stadium them time. My brother have to carry me go everywhere. So after going to the national juvenile training, no, it had been the national team, you know. I think it was 73 years. George, I was still in school. After the Manchester United game, them called me to the national team with Alan Cole and people like that. And boy, it's Alan, them man teach me some professional way of football, you know. Just being around them. And so Alan came himself. Alan was the only man get paid, you know.
Okay.
But Alan used to talk for every one of us. Alan said, boy, we must get paid, you know. That them promoters used to put on the game, not the JFF. So like how business company put on some international game and collect. And Alan said, no, man, you can't collect off of my head, man. That is me going out to do the work. And Alan said to him, gentlemen, come organize yourself. Well, you know, when me ask can't say nothing, I'm like a school boy. But you know, the rest of play them at the pan and him say, no, Alan, is a country represent, boy. Which money you can't do that? And yeah, you know, I'm not loyalty. And Alan said, but you think love can go supermarket? So they want to do it. So Alan go and say, listen now, for me, listen now, and I've got to pay me. And them say, boy, oh, Alan in discipline and oh, Alan this and oh, Alan that. Alan say, no, man. I know only making money, it's not going back into the football. So why I mustn't benefit the one that we can go out there and get the kick on the box and the thump there. Yeah. And them said to Alan, boy, Alan, we're not paying now. Well, Alan said, well, no, sure. And Alan has stopped training. Well, it's when the press get on tweet and say Alan won't be the team, you know, so nobody now come and stay and come watch your match. But care who you play against, so care how great the next team is. No man not turn up. So I have to run and call Alan. Yeah. I say, Alan, you have to come back, you know, yeah. And then Alan said, all right. And so Alan, what you want? And Alan name and price. Yeah. Then now we have man and team now start calling out, boy, oh, Alan alone I get paid. So I say about him, no, him alone. After I say, well, everybody for talk, nobody no back him. So no can talk for himself. And Alan go up on the field, And when I walk out, and reach the end of the tunnel, when Alan looking off, stadium cock, full. And Alan said, no, turn back and say to the promoter, come back inside, man. Him say, what up, Alan? Him say, no, man. Look at the crowd, boy, my feet gone up, Yeah, and he must put up him free and say a little bit more upon it, man. And
it was a shrewd businessman. So your brother actually took you to Tivoli. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what happened that Tivoli was playing a game that night. And that was a quarterfinal game against Golan Yeses with Granny Marshall and a big team that I'll tell you about. And then what happened now is that them goalkeeper, when them in the change room, ready for the match, them goalkeeper don't turn up. Him name Superfly. Him fly out. No, me no Latos, McLaren, no Latos. And Oribel was playing for them at the time, but Ori was injured. Yes. Right. So Latos know me from long time and things. I look at you in Harborview. And Latos and them man in the change man, Dave Clark and them man there, So the and the coach was Mickey Lowe, and the other player named Joshua Hamilton. Joshua is a man well, I don't know if Joshua played at time. I look before that, but I remember Joshua in my play now. When I passed about him, man used to say, man, on that mean you prepare because a man coming for tackle. Joshua said, no matter, it could be 1,000.
Yeah.
I'm not losing it. Bingy Blair and them man there, when you pass about him, no care much man around there, I'm not lose it. So the night now, him take me from the juvenile train and I said, boy, but Sean, I have to beard and change my clothes. He said, don't worry about it, we're late. When you reach over there, I get a changing room for you, you can't go beard. So it happened that we went inside the Tivoli Gardens changing room. And then my brother here, the comment with them off, so them goalkeeper not there. And him not turn up. Him fly out the day, gone to US. So the only goalkeeper, they must left with that reserve goalkeeper. You know who the reserve goalkeeper was? The me of Kingston, Desmond McKenzie.
He was the reserve goalkeeper.
Yeah, for Tivoli, so him love go keep the night now. And Tivoli man must say, no man, a big matches, man. This man can't manage this. At the same time now, my brother say, boy, my little brother I keep, Him say, true, but I'm gonna believe it, because all this time, my people have a big thing in school, Manning Cup and Manchester United.
So you weren't playing for Harborview, or you could just go play for our next side. So that's all.
No, man, Harborview, no. Man, this what I'm saying, no? Harborview did not enter Major League until 74. This is 73.
Okay, so you weren't playing for any other team at this time?
Man, when Harborview entered, me start play for other teams, Harborview was not in big man football until 1974. Is the first we entered a senior team in football. We were only playing minor league, only under 17 team we had.
Okay.
Only under 17.
Yeah, man. Okay. Right? All right. So, yeah, man.
So them say no. So my brother say, my brother, little brother keep, So them say, what? You look at Casey keep, I keep. Well, we can't lose tonight, then, man. So they have to go to Never Granville now and get me register. Well, Never Granville say, boy, yes, I can register, but not for this game because it's 48 hours. The registration have to be 2 days before. Well, the manager said, think it was unch now, and clear them ass up.
Yeah.
So you know that go. So they say, boy, let's Mr. Granville. We need a goalkeeper. We have a goalkeeper. And this goalkeeper keep it. I have the best goalkeeper than when a schoolboy footballer say I'll keep. They will tell me so. He say, listen to me, it have to be 48 hours. So Clyde must have said to Unch, say, Unch, get a pen and paper there. Then get a pen and paper.
Yeah.
And must write on it. And must backdate it for 2 days back, 3 days back.
The man is suspended, because he did something illegal them time.
No, man. But it's not legal because the registration paper have on a date that was 4 days back. Them couldn't do nothing about that.
Okay.
Them used to stamp the things, So I was allowed to play the night. Because you can't say they never registered me that time there. So I kept against Golan Yeses and we win the game and I had a good night. I think Marshall scored 1 goal the night. I just mean Marshall good enough.
Marshall.
Yeah, man. Because we keep our school.
He scored against you.
Yeah, man. I think we win the game 2-1 or 3-1. Tivoli and went through to the semifinals and lost to Boystown. I got injured in training and could only keep a couple, but the first 20 minutes, and then I got my hand hurt up back again, and I had to come out. We lost that game, was
And then
6-1.
So Desmond McKenzie go keep.
Yeah, I think this man had to go keep that match.
Yeah.
Come on. So what happened now is that then the following year now, Harborview decide to enter.
Okay. You move from Tivoli to Harborview.
Yeah, man.
So when did Harborview? What year did Harborview get promoted to the
National League?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you now, after that brilliant year, the first year, the second year we get knocked out in this round, in the zone. And then the third year we won the cup. That was now John Harris was now coach, and we won the cup. We beat Ligani in the finals. And we won in our third year, the major league. So we were promoted now to National League. Would have been the following year. Same that been what 76, 77 now. Yeah.
Okay.
So the following year now we took up Premier League. Then John Harris left and went out to Bullbear. He was living out by Bullbear and decided he must start a team out of Bullbear. Organize Bullbear into a very strong major league team. So he left Harborview and was at Bullbear. And a lot of players leave with him.
Okay.
A lot of players. So we end up having a player. So I was coaching the minor league team then.
So why did John Harris left Harborview to go to Bullbear?
Yeah, to formulate Bullbear. Organize them and coach them. And a lot of our players left. Owen Stewart was living out there, Hayles Stewart, and him decided to play for them too. The right back went with them, almost the whole team. So the only player that was left back was me, Michael Thompson, and Harry Tennant. So I was coaching a minor league team now with Clennon Clark, Eminent, Junior Groves. No, well, so my minor league team now a big team and we win minor league. So Carvel Stewart now who fully now in charge of the team because the manager the year before, along with Vin Blaine them, had also resigned. Vin Blaine migrated to Florida, right? Ronald Chung, they had a run-in with Jumpy the second year after he made a suspension after center half Balance. Balance was one of the biggest center half come out of Harborview, Conwan Mullins.
And who
right?
and he got suspended by Jumpy Harris.
Yes, and that's when Dougie Bell and Keith Cunningham as two schoolboy now came and played center half and we win that year.
Okay, with Dougie Bell. This is one of the best defenders around.
So when we went to National League now, the entire minor league team was drafted to play the National League, Premier League.
Okay. So that's where, and you never got relegated from the Premier League?
No, man, not that time. We didn't get relegated. We finished second that year.
Okay.
To Arnett Garden.
How about you got relegated though? Because you got relegated.
Yeah, man. Further on. But in those days, I used to go,
You used to play Major League and Premier League at the same time.
Yes, but you'd go now. Not even the winner. I think used to stay up, Once National League finish, you have to win your prize.
Major League to come back, right?
Yeah.
So you could win what you're saying is that you could win the National League and still not play the next one?
No. So you find out every year.
Let me ask you again. So a team could have been in the National League, win the National League. But if you lose, if you come last in your parish, you will not be in the next National League.
Can I get you? All right. You had 14 teams in the competition.
Yes.
All parish had one winner team.
Yeah.
When National League finish, when they come first or last, the following year is who win their parish.
Parish, right. So that's what I'm saying that. Say I'm Reno. And me win this year. And then I go to the National League. I'm in the National League and I go to the final with Harborview. I beat Harborview, but when we are playing on the parish competition, we finish last.
You can't go again, man. Next team we win after man. You out.
What?
And that's how Harborview out. Until now. This is it. This is the point I'm about the same Neville Granville and Russell Bear, or them change the
See
face.
your Junior Groves healing you up as well.
Well, great, yeah, man, Junior, man, one of the best player football I've ever coached, man.
So you need to
Junior
ask
was
him what the academy. You need to ask him what the academy name.
Yeah, Junior, you need to tell us the name. Post up that name for us, please.
Yeah.
All right. So what happened now that Junior Groves,
No, man, you're mixing up now. You're mixing up now. You were saying something else. You got to Junior Groves now. That's
no, I was talking about when we go to National League.
Right, when Harborview, you were saying that's how Harborview got knocked out. Because though you were doing well in the Premier League, you never won the Major League.
Yeah, the first time we get knocked out is because of that. But we're coming to it now.
Never granted.
The Major League. In the Major League, they had decided that two teams from Kingston because of big called
Masters Football Academy, he says. MFA.
Okay.
Masters Football Academy.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
Right. So what happened now is that the Kasafa teams are allowed 2 teams.
Right. Two teams are allowed from Kasafa, yeah.
Yes. First and second place.
Okay.
And I think the year we and Boys Town went to and I think the mid and the National League, I think it changed. No, Boys Town didn't go that year, no. Boys Town one day that year. We and Arnett went to the National League the same year, along with Santos. Because Santos, at all this time now, them started to say the winner can stay, and Santos was a defending champion.
Okay. So, and then you got 2 teams, so 3 teams from Kingston, basically. Or I see. Hey, that was wow. So let me ask you this: who were some of the biggest rivals at Harborview that time? Some of the memorable matches that Harborview played during your time as a goalkeeper. That you say, man, this game.
Man, this man away to the truth now. I say about 90% of the game, now. My most outstanding game.
Man always tell me about Harborview Boys Town, a 6-3 game, or some 6-3 game.
Yeah, man. But that was little later down now. Because I keep in the 60s, I keep in the 70s, and I keep in the 80s and the 90s. 4 decades of football I play at Harborview.
Really? You kept in the 90s? Man.
My last year was 92.
You kept for Harborview in 1992? In what? Yeah. They were in Major League. They weren't in the National League.
Yes, Major League. And Bertis Bell was a coach. And I basically done now, you know.
So hold on. How Bertis Bell coach? Bertis Bell is a coach?
Yeah, man. Coach Harborview, man.
And you were a player? Why I always thought you were older than Bertis?
No, man. Didn't I tell you that 1968 minor league team, Bertis Bell and my brother was the 2 midfielders for Harborview. I don't play yet.
Yeah, right.
I don't play it. Yeah. Bertis Bell, 1968, went away with Jamaica Juvenile. And this is all I tell you, Jamaican players are good and we don't know. And was voted the most valuable player in CONCACAF. Listen to us again now. Bertis Bell was voted the most outstanding player in CONCACAF.
Whoa.
At under 19 level.
Yeah.
As a midfielder.
Yeah, Junior Groves is saying that I am listening, but in youth training, Clennon and myself and Heineken use DV inspections to go design various plays and ways to beat players.
Yeah, man. When I started to coach, because I read a lot, I used to buy books from Novelty and things like that. And I used to read a lot and things. We didn't have no computer, you know. But I decide that when I go and deal with stats, and I sit and I think it out, and I say I want to know how many passes a player make. Each player I talk about, you know, how many passes they make in the game, how many good, how many bad, how many good control, how many bad control, how many good header, how many bad headers, right? How many good shots.
You were doing those things from back in that time.
Yes, man. Nobody think of them things.
So someone is asking you, look at this, someone is asking if you must be 80 years old to play 4 decades of football, to play in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
No, I'm right. Right, but I can tell you now. And that's a trick now. I can tell you the trick now. You remember 1969 is the last year of a decade, you know.
Yeah, oh, you played 1969.
That's when I start. Then I play the entire 70s
Okay.
and 80s.
And then you play the beginning of the 90s.
That's one, yeah. That's a beginning and not much. I'm going to tell you something down them 10 now. I'm better going to put on the bench can on the reserve, man.
Oh. So you're
And then the last match, he put me on the goal and said, DV, and your farewell game this, you know?
So tell me, like I said, I know it's 90% of the game. In the National League, right? Because in the National League, because I have I don't have all the information because I do a lot of research, you know. I get a lot of stuff and read. So in the National League, right? Because I noticed for many years in the early stages of the National League, Harborview is not. I mean, Harborview don't win the National League.
No.
And I don't see them in the finals. So let me give you like those stats, like what was happening at that time. Like Harbour, the final you went to was in 85-86 when you went against Boys Town, and Boys Town beat you.
Yeah.
Because at that time Boys Town was like a very, because when Craven A League sponsored in 82-83, Tivoli beat Santos.
Yeah.
Then the following year Boys Town beat Tivoli. Then JDF beat Seba. Then Boys Town beat Harborview. Were you playing at that time? That is 85-86. Yeah. So tell me about that Boys Town, that season, that Boys Town Harborview final and thing. I mean,
well, I don't know much time, but I don't want to jump to that because to me, the first year for us in the National League was to me was one of the toughest year of football. Because we woke up, before I reached the semifinals, we had to play Reno with a man named Sweetie Smith.
Yeah. The maestro.
Schoolboy, you know.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, man. Sweetie Smith shift out his shots, man.
People say that he was one of the probably as
skillful
as Alan Skillcole.
Sweetie
Many
Smith.
people say that, yeah.
Yeah, but the difference is Alan Skillcole was more rounded than anybody else. You know?
Okay.
When Devon Lewis probably is a very good dribbler. Alan could have dribbled very good just as well. Passing, Alan was like Jeremy and you. Both feet. When Alan Cole take corner, him don't run up. I don't know if you will interview Alan, but ask him. Alan stand up. Listen to me now, it's a corner. You know? It's what a corner flag is. Him stop right at the spot where you see that little circle. Him spot the ball little to the edge and use the outside, not inside him foot. So if him kicking from the left, if him kicking from the right side, and don't use him left foot to swing it in. Him use him right foot, but the outside of the foot and stand up for the ball. Not one step back, you know. Stand up, 1 foot beside the ball, and then him kick it, bam! And man, sometimes I pick that out of the pigeon, you know. Because straight in the goal to go.
Yeah. Clennon Clark is saying that when Harborview played National League for the first time, it was a 4-team final or 4-team semi-final?
Yes. No, 4-team finals. When they went to the finals, there's 14 players and the team with the most points win.
Oh.
Right. And Arnett won by 1 point.
Oh.
Because what happened to now, and Clark, I can tell you, man, where Arnett had a brilliant side that year, man. The man Danny Jones.
Right. That was 1977-78.
Yeah.
Because leading up to that, Santos was winning, and then Arnett.
Yes, man. Yeah, man.
Right. So,
yeah.
78-79, the league was abandoned.
Yes. You're right. No, I'm not saying that. That's what the year we reached, you know. In that year.
Oh,
right.
It's 77-78 was when you were in the National League, no?
Yes.
And the first year you went to Arnett, beat you by a point.
Yes, because we were in, as I said, a 4-team finals. With self-categorical. Arnett Garden, Harborview, Santos, and Reno was the 4 finalists.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, man, and Sabina Park, the match in play at Sabina Park.
Okay. So you say Arnett Garden had a very good team.
Yeah, man. So what happened that if we had Santos a draw with them, we had lost. Come on, it's 2 points for winning now. So all we needed to do was beat Reno in our last game, and we it have gone on to goal difference or something like that to win the cup. Because we tie back up with on it. But we drew that game. We play with 10 players because the referee, somebody on the sideline, as me I tell you, must curse a bad word. And the referee turn and get Junior Groves a red card.
Junior Groves. You said so. Junior Groves is the reason why you never win your first National League.
No, yeah, man. Because Junior Groves was center half, you know. Junior Groves was main center half. So I had to play with 10 man. And that was the first 2 minutes I play, you know.
Okay.
But you know, somebody apart now the crowd surround the field. The stands full and people start to sit down around the field. The rest of people who can't hold their stands. And then a man on the sideline must have said something like, something referee. And he just turn and say, you, red card. So Junior said, what? He said, no, you just cuss about it. He said, me? Say no. Anyhow, the Reno team, with boys and Nicholson and man there now. And
you have Dennis Hudson.
Then Dennis thing the you had the Blair brother them too, you know. You had not the Blair brothers. You had the
Samuel, Cement Kid.
Yes.
Cement and you Kid had and his brother was there.
Yeah, and you had
you have Downswell as well.
Yeah, man.
You have
Andrew Andrews and his brother.
Richard Andrews.
Yes, centre half.
Spider Wedderburn. I think Spider Wedderburn was a goalkeeper.
Spider Wedderburn in goal. I tell you first, Master Spider, man. Spider fly all over the place. That's why I'm seeing call him Spider.
Yeah, Dennis Hudson. And then you had Dennis Hudson.
Yeah, man. Well, I keep a match in arena, you know. You know, I tell you about when the My League game, when the people them lift me up. The same thing reach my arena.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. A big game. But I think that was after, though. That wasn't the first year. That was not yet something now. Way down when Barrington Gain and Cargill and all them schoolboy coming again.
So Clennon Clark was in the team during this time, right? Junior Groves, Clennon Clark.
Yeah, man. Because they play minor league. Because they play minor league and they were 17. I tell you now, it's my minor league team. We play come shine with you now.
Okay. So Clennon Clark, Heineken, Junior Groves, Heineken.
Me, my brother, and Michael Thompson. Was it 2 oldest players on the field? I tell me about 20, 21, 22.
Okay.
The 2 oldest. That them can't go veer and I play a minor league.
And Richard Green was here?
No, man, that's a long after me, man.
Okay.
I mean, sorry, not after me. Come on, Richard Green play and bow them. That was when Jackie Waters come now.
Okay.
Which was a couple of years after now, and that's why we established ourselves fully in the major league and national league and don't come out.
Okay.
So that year, that was the first year. I finished second and went to the CONCACAF competition tournament. Where we were supposed to go, but them said, boy, Santos. I think Santos finished second too, but we had better goal and we had beaten Santos.
Yeah, Clennon Clark is saying that in that game when Groves gets sent off, he moved from midfield to centre half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this one knows a Clennon, boy. I was talented because Clennon was a wicked midfielder. And when he dropped the centre half, and then after him play a right wing back for me. Again, very outstanding.
Okay, so that was no.
We had a player named Keith Cunningham.
Yeah.
The year before, he was the first one to get a contract from Harborview, an overseas contract.
Because where was he from?
Keith Cunningham played for Wolmer's. He died now.
But you say he got an overseas contract?
Yeah, man.
Yes. He went to play overseas?
Yes, international. He got a contract. I think he was in Trinidad at the time. Trinidad had a professional league.
Okay.
And then after that, Freddie Butler got a contract to went to Etnal in Guadeloupe. And that's when I made a big game again. We play against Guadeloupe team, Etnal. We lost. Yeah, we lost to them 2-1. They got 2 penalties in the game over there. And then we drew 1-1.
So you were the goalkeeper during this time?
Yes. Hold on. So I think it's Joe Matthias play about 4 years and 4 decades of football. Man.
No, you're not joking. I'm just checking because when I hear about Freddie Butler now, I'm thinking like, if you play with certain players, then Freddie Butler look at you, no man, the age gap thing. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
man.
okay, okay.
Remember, I started very young, you know, man. I tell you, I started young, man.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. So who are somebody? I mean, who are somebody you would say somebody the better players that they play with?
Then I went to Seba now. And you have a
Yeah.
youth named Creature in the midfield. Along with Noah
Noah
Sterling.
Sterling. Yeah.
Noah Sterling. Them man there, no, man. I talk about run midfield.
And
When
Tigat
we
was
beat,
playing
no, listen
forward.
up. We beat Seba, you know.
Yeah.
But the amount of prayers I say when I go back on the bus, you know, man. Because I don't know Seba losing, you know.
Because you have
I
Noah
don't know
Sterling. Yeah.
Seba
I have
lose.
Alan. I have Lati.
Alan Latti.
Yeah.
Alan Latti. Hey, Seba team good from goalkeeper back right down to centre forward. No, Tigat Davis. But hey, Tigat now. Once about pitch you to Tigat now. That man I do like. How much you saying ball in 100 meters?
9.58, I think.
Yeah, man. Well, he might travel faster than Usain Bolt, man, on the field. Yeah, man. But you know, talk about in terms of football speed. You know, I'm talking about
Yeah.
for over 10, 15 years, man. And it's me and T got that, you know. And then Jared Partner, that place, every time I go there, like, me don't know. Like him about Wobby man will do some rain dance, so every time I go on the rain fall.
No,
And
man. Listen, let me tell you this. One thing I know is that in Western Jamaica, I think something that is happening generally now in football, in Western Jamaica, it was being done. They normally wet the field. No, persons from Kingston don't use to wet field and grass,
right,
right? Because
yeah.
there's a
I
lot
know
of
that.
dirt field in Kingston, so they couldn't wet the field because it turned mud. So
Yeah.
a lot of times they'll say, why the field wet? But right now, when
I
you go and
know.
play football, they wet all the field so the ball can move more freely.
I
And
know, I know, I know. But
it,
I have to tell you, but these games weren't that. Because the whole place when I was fall, man, dream match, man. I remember picture. No, remember those days, you know, you don't keeping, you don't have no gloves for keeping it, you know.
you weren't keeping in gloves?
Which gloves, man? Those are invent them time, the man. I haven't invented not reach Jamaica yet.
So when is the first hold on, let me ask you. Like I didn't even know this. So when you were even keeping in school, you weren't keeping in gloves.
Which gloves? What do you think you understand this? What up? Let me
Oh,
tell you, when I die, I take out stone out of my miggle.
oh
You think
yeah.
because I don't want no gloves?
Hold on. All right,
Where would
hold
I
on.
put them? Those days, you say when rain fall, you have to have a towel in the goal, you know, to dry your hand, you know.
Oh, hold on there, hold on there. Somebody's asking if you played with. I guess you're so fascinated. They're asking if you played with Bibi, but no, your coach Bibi.
No, baby used to come watch me up a compound.
Yeah, your coach him, but that
Okay,
played. So
yeah.
when did you keep in gloves for the first time?
Well, later down, I think that be those game against Boys Town, those finals. And I tell you this, the gloves that
So
I
even when
kept
you're keeping
in.
for Jamaica in
No
those
man,
days,
no
in
gloves, no gloves,
juvenile team,
no
no,
gloves,
even when you
no
kept
gloves.
against the Manchester.
Harville Edwards, Manchester United games, no gloves. We don't have no gloves to use. We don't have no gloves to use. And I'm saying, even if there was gloves, you couldn't get it in Jamaica to buy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the first time that I kept in gloves, right? It wasn't in them type of gloves where, not no goalkeeper gloves like today, you know. And some makeshift. I got all a Ghana gloves still, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That you probably
Yeah,
have
that's
some
it.
gardening gloves.
Yeah, man. You find a little gloves. You find a little gloves on one hardware store, and you say, "Boy, just like it can't grip the ball."
But
Grip.
all of the goals are net though.
Well, no. When I started off, no. And when Major League started off, no. So sometimes now I'll go score referee and know if it's really goal or not. It's a dispute. All right. Evening Manning Cup. You had people, you had spectator who used to score a goal, you know. You had play a match, you know, and man stop right beside the goal. And when the ball go outside, just touch it inside the goal, you know. Spectator, remember, right against the line. Right against the line. And when one team start attacking, everybody come up on the field for sure going on the next end. And then everybody come out with a stick now, we used to run up the line and say, line, when the ball come.
Yeah,
Then the community.
let me hold on.
Yeah, man.
Let me let Ruchin in 1992, Bibi would have been 12 or 13 years old. So he would
Yeah.
not have been playing for the senior team at Harborview at that time.
No.
All right.
But Bibi
He
start
was
early.
at Harborview. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Bibi
and
started to play around age 15.
yeah. So yeah, so they would not have. Yeah, you'd have been playing junior football, but not with the big team because
Exactly.
92, he would have been around 12 or 13. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
And them time I his words to get baby come out of my house, you know. My mother now let him out, you know. Says his bigger brother named Jobsy now, who was like Shani, like my bigger brother Shani.
yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
can't come for compound.
Yeah, you share
No,
that story. Yeah,
yeah,
man.
man.
But they said the games between you and Boystone were always. I mean,
Epic
because
ball, big
then
backer, man.
how you don't keeping the gloves when all like man like Ali McNabb, they said that they were kicking ball so
You know that,
hard and
man.
people said them money
Like,
kick.
them kick
You know,
hard. But that is the sufferation when he was a goalkeeper in those days, you know. Because the equipment wasn't that like from the fact when I became a old man now and in the Masters League and get one of them gloves them and I catch a ball and I say and I grip the ball and I say, but you and then plan to catch all the ball. The ball come to me and I'm ready for push to the ball like the ball sticking on the gloves. I'm saying, but wait, it's them thing I'm not keeping them man. I wish I had it. Not to say though, you know.
even when they play against the Manchester team from England, did that goalkeeper have on gloves?
Yes, coming up begging him gloves now. I remember that. For matter of fact, I think he gave it to me, you know. I
Yeah.
never forget it, but it was big. Cause my hand small, you know. And it would have red and blue gloves.
Okay.
Yes. And then one time I got a glove from Vin Blaine, I think, from the States. But then it wasn't the ideal thing. It was like a cloth gloves. When I like a cloth thing them.
Oh.
But in terms of the type of gloves that is around now today,
You
man,
never
if
had
I had
those
them,
things.
if the goalkeepers, them, not even me, if the goalkeepers, them like Westpick and Preston and them man and Harvey, those are them gloves, man. But at the same time, these youth have these gloves and them performing better. And you can't take it away from them. So when a man say that the players them of the past is better than one of them today, it is not totally true. It's not totally true. These are better players, even for the mere fact of the equipment that they have.
Well,
So,
I'm
but you
thinking
can't,
like, all right, so here's
you can't
and I
use it
agree
against
with you, you
them.
know. I agree with you. It
You
can't be a
can't use
general
it
rule.
against them. You
You can't
can't
use
use
a
it
general
against them.
because I am
And
saying that if you here's what you're saying, the compound was stone and dirt.
Stone,
So when you
yes,
hear that, man, when somebody says to me, you know, in those days, when all the ball drop all on this person's foot, when the ball drop a Clennon Clark foot, control, them man in a miscontrol ball. When man says
yeah,
skill call a miscontrol ball, you think about
yeah,
dirt and stone. And then
yeah.
now you watch these footballers on grass field, no bumps, not controlling properly, then that is why I think sometimes people say those things.
All
Because they're
right,
saying that the ball was in those days, the boots
all
were
right.
heavy,
Agree,
the socks were
agree,
heavy, and some big old heavy shank guard, it's dirt field.
agree, agree. And most of my career, it wasn't Team Schengen. You know, I used to Schengen wasn't a compulsory. You understand me?
Okay.
It wasn't a compulsory. So you could play without Schengen. And then we through that you street now, it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah. But I do agree
No,
with you though to say that the
no.
players,
What happened
yeah.
there? But management, what I say to you, as a team, I think the football is better. The
No,
tactics is better, tactically
yeah,
and
man.
things.
I
But
agree
the
with you.
individuals, the individual talented players like the Alan Cole and the various names in here, probably a match up. And the next thing again, too, is that the coaches today, why I think you don't see the individual skill or brilliance, is telling you that players like Jermaine, this other um Peter Vassell,
Peter Levers.
um yeah, the other one Meggie, they don't want them in them team, them national team. You know what? They don't want us skillful players in them team because them claim that skilled players don't work. No, I'm gonna put this to you. The hard tacklers don't work like them players. I think it's easy to make them pass with the man they make. Keep position of the ball with the tackle with the maggot. That is hard work too. So if you went quarrel with those players that have these touch and their responsibilities to attack for not coming to defend, why don't cause the defender them or don't come attack? Then you should cause at the center for your goalkeeper who not run to the goal to try and score. Him not work then.
All right, let me I have to mute you because there's a feedback every time I talk. I don't know what you did if you plug in something to the phone or you click on something. But all of a sudden, whenever I talk, so I have to mute you and when I talk, or else there's going to be a feedback. So I don't know what you touch. If you plugged in something, hold on a sec. Because I'm not going to hear it because you're muted, so just hold on a sec. All right. So let me say a couple of things. Number one, I think the issue with the Peter Lee Vassell, the Tyreek McGee, the Jeremy and you, in my opinion, is not that they don't work hard enough. Is that they don't work hard in one phase of the game. In other words, they are very good offensively, but you have to do something. And that may not be tackling to win the ball, but is to teach them how to be in. Because, like I said, the football is evolving. So if I have somebody like a Tyreek McGee, all I want him to do is to be good positionally when we defend. So I will do system defending instead of individual defending to cover his weakness, right? Which may require him to track back a little faster. So maybe it is in that context. I'm just trying to be fair to everybody. Maybe it is in that context because I don't expect Tyreek McGee to tackle on a bust tackle. No, because I don't expect my defender to make in creative passes. But what I expect my defender to do is that when we are attacking, that he also be a part of the attack in a sense. But yeah, so let me take you off mute and then you can continue.
Yeah, man, you can hear me now?
Yeah, but every time I respond, there's an echo.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to talk now. I disagree. And where I disagree, who Messi track back? Who King Pele track back? Who Maradona track back? I'm not saying nothing wrong with what you're saying, you know. Yes, them can be in position, but the emphasis on those players is to go and attack. That is their responsibility. They mustn't track people, you know. People must track them. And I tell you this, when you have those players on your field and them creating an headache for the opponent, the person who go and track back, not going to leave, you know. That player will stay with him. So he don't need to track back nobody. So in a central midfielder, we want to stay with McGee when his team attack so that him don't get free.
All right. Because so of what the feedback.
What you will be asking Maggie to do is to track back somebody else. Because the man that we're going to mark him, if Andrews, you're playing against Andrews and Maggie is creating goals for your team and it's a danger to them, you think they're going to send a man to run leave Maggie? They're going to put a man for Maggie. And that is the man Maggie is responsible for when he's defending.
All right, so let me say it this way, right? Because there are two ways to look at it. So there is like I said, the feedback is bad. I don't know what you touched. Or what
no, I don't. I know I did plug in, but no, I plug out. So I don't know.
So let me mute you and then respond. And then maybe what we're going to have to do is probably have a sign out and sign back into the platform to get rid of that. But let me say this, right? Remember, what I am saying is, and you use Messi. First thing we have to assess is McGee, Peter Lee Vassell, or any other creative player. Because I don't want to single out these players because they are players I really like. So I wish we never had to call names, but just for the purpose of this, because I think they are very good young players, you know, in their own right. So I'm not trying to be hard on them. So let me for the purpose of the example, let's work with it. If they were doing what Messi was doing or what Messi is doing, if they were doing what Pele is doing, if they were doing what Maradona is doing, then we could look at that. The issue is that they are not doing that. Right, they are not doing that, and yet they are not doing the defending. I think if they were scoring goals like Messi, creating as much opportunity as Messi, then the argument would have been better. What I do agree with is that I'm not, and that's why I said that, I'm not talking about your ability to defend as individuals. I am saying, though, that even if you're a very poor player defensively, individually, then the team, not you, the coach, the management of the team, need to have a zonal or system defending that helps to cover your weaknesses. So if Maggie is not good enough to run back and mark somebody, there should be a system within the team where you cover him in that area, still play him so he can use his creativity. Um, that's just the point I'm making. And I don't know that we're saying two different things, but go ahead.
Right. And I'm not disagreeing what you're saying, you know. I'm not telling you that if I'm coaching that I don't tell them that. I will insist on that. Come cover this space. I will give them a point. But that would not give me a reason not to play them.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm making. That would not be my reason not to play them. Because the other reason that I will play them for outweigh all of that. That's all I'm saying. While I'll be insisting on certain things, still, what they bring to the game, attack to the game, to Jamaica. You say that they are not the Messis, but they are our Messis. And this is the mistake Jamaica making. Jamaican people get caught up in watching foreign football, that they are comparing and judging and putting a standard to our players them against the best player in the world. I'm not saying that Messi, but he is Jamaican Messi. He is Jamaican Messi.
All right. So what you say?
Bailey is our Jamaican Messi.
No, all right. So finally, because remember, I know that's why I don't like doing this, because you were the one, who said Messi don't do it and Pele don't do it and Maradona don't do it. Because I am agreeing with you, I am agreeing that when you have, like, I'm not going to use Jermaine. Let me use Jermaine because it's a player that I have a lot of time for. That I think in my, no, you're muted. You remember, I have to mute you because I getting the feedback. So Jermaine is a player I have a lot of time for. I think that even when he was creating and doing wonders, we never built the team in such a way where his vulnerabilities defensively were covered, right? And so because of that, the easiest thing to do was to take him out of the team. I don't think that is what should have been done. But at the same time, modern football now, in my opinion, is that those kind of players, if you look in the world right now, you look at the players who kind of play in those positions, the Kevin De Bruyne, the David, the Portuguese guy at Manchester City, Bernardo Silva. You look at even the Liverpool team. It's almost like there's a demand now in modern football to play on both sides of both sides of the game. But I still think coaching in Jamaica needs to get to the place where you can use those players and create a system to cover the areas that they are vulnerable. Ron Davis, for example, spoke about, he says we use that system at Chelsea. Hazard can't defend for his life, but we covered him on the left and let him shine, which is what I think we have not been able to do in terms of coaching in general in Jamaica, which is where coaching education is important. So go ahead, because I'm going to unmute you so we can avoid the feedback. So go ahead now.
Yes, so you're making my point. My point is that the reason why we don't see a lot of players coming out of Jamaica with skills now, if you did see Alan Cole and playing, that means he couldn't play for Jamaica now. And I tell you, Alan Cole, if you was to fast forward or put in a time machine, he will be better than every single player that Jamaica has produced on that field now. But because of his style, he wouldn't get a game. No, you have to get the opportunity, because you mentioned about scoring. I tell you this, Maggie, the German news, and all of them could score too, but they won't give him the opportunity. Whitmore, 98. I want to tell me how much trap back on all them things Whitmore do. Because if these players are going to do with the things what them say them want them to do now, as the creative midfielder, you're going to take away from the creativity from them, You are going to take it away from them. Because they will spend it, their energy will spend. No, you make a valuable point. No, you as a coach now, it's a composition now. When I'm putting a football team together, it's like fixing a jigsaw puzzle, Every piece complements the next piece. And every piece shapes different from the other piece. Every single player carries a different style to the game. For me, Bale is doing too much defensive work, To me, I would say to Martin that Bailey, this is how far back you defend because of all the team going to play. The team is going to play so compact that Bailey, you don't need to combat this distance and come defend. Because if you ain't come defend that distance, what the use going to have to me when I go in attack? Bailey not Superman. Him can't reach and a cover right back and a double team with right back. And then when you start your attack, and we're also starting attack with long ball, Bailey reach up top and next 40 yards. It's kill youth. Him could have gone a little bit more. You're killing him. And then next thing you do is take a breath from him. The mental approach, that what his main responsibility is. My center forward is there to score a goal. You score a goal. Jamaica has not been picking goal scorers. Liam don't get in a game, and Liam is the leading goal scorer in your country. But this Alex Fire I come from I play for Waterhouse again and came from it was Seba or whatever.
Jermaine Anderson. Tuffy
Anderson. Them man suffered out of what? A 4 Jamaican coaches see the local players. Them man a goal scoring machine. What else you want? Give the man a break on the national team. Liam and them man score goal season out. I can't get a national look into. And then as you bring an Englishman come. No, don't get me wrong. No, I'm not against an Englishman. No. I want to put it this way. All I'm gonna have to say that I tell Jerry this as a joke. So Jerry make that Jerry shall gone to Cayman Island and live for a couple of times and come back from Cayman and not play for Jamaica. That's how it is. We never give Jermaine Anderson a chance to show you if he can fit. Obviously, no, him not gonna do it at the higher level. Oh, we know that. And the Premier League team are doing it. Because why? Because of how we see Jamaican football. No, this is what we have. So it's that we have to work with it. We have our national league. So respect it. Work with it. You understand me? And it can be better, you know. For me, you know, if we had good leadership, professional football could be full-time in Jamaica a long time ago, you know. Simple. Here. I heard today you were talking, and you were not talking about franchise. Franchise thing, a joke, you know. Franchise would mean it will last today. And I will tell you this. We tried that 3 times in Jamaica already, people don't remember. The same Kingston Lion 90 was franchise team, you know. And it couldn't work. Because nobody support franchise team.
No,
Why
man,
would I want us, man?
All right, so
Why would I want us, man? No, put all the money out of it. I tell you that if you put millions of dollars into it, no crowd will watch a match.
All right, so
nobody not going to watch a match.
No, all right, so hold on. So
what I would do, you see the business house?
Yeah.
I just crap business house. Business house. The same company pump millions of dollars in business house team, you know? So why don't I have separate? Tivoli Guard is your team now. Imply the player to play football and give him the salary that I give up.
Yeah, all right. So let me tell you why that. Yes. Well, let me say this though, because you know I am an advocate for local football, and when we're talking today, and my conversation is not to franchise the football. Here's the thing: it's going to be hard, given how, and I'm talking about. Oh, we have to be realistic. I'm a realist. The many a times the clubs in Jamaica, and I'm not trying to be hard on any community, where the clubs are, the kind of marketing, accessibility, development to make a real professional structure with 40,000 people is not going to happen in many of the communities that the football teams are right now. 40,000 people not going to turn up in Waterhouse from all over Jamaica. Now, are 30,000. Let's use 30,000 in Arnett Gardens, right? Communities can change, but right now, how things are in Jamaica, regardless of what we can talk and say this is what happened. When a person is going to leave from Cherry Gardens to say, hey, and call him friend from up by Smokyville and say, hey, let's go and watch the game at the National Stadium and go back home. It's a different thing than to go a certain place. So that there is that reality. All right? So what do I mean by that? If Kingston were to own a team if West Kingston, say the other team that is representing Western Kingston, the same business place that you're talking about, instead of giving Maxfield money, Olympic Garden money, Boystone money, Tivoli money, Trenchtown money, Southside money, Tel Aviv money, Spanish Town Road money, instead of giving all of those teams $100 out of the $1,000, that one team would get the $1,000. That was the idea. We are saying that because there are so many clubs, even if a businessman come in and start put money in it, it's going to be spread so thin that maybe we need to find a way to centralize it. So that was the point we're making. I really wish the feedback could be cut out so we could really have the conversation, but you go ahead and respond.
That is a mistake we're making, management. We always want to start from the top. No, what I'm talking about is this. And I will tell you this. If you have a all Western team, you're lucky if you get 5 people coming to the stadium. You're lucky. Nobody now come. And everybody gone up an Arnett Garden and Tivoli Garden and go watch a match. I can't leave.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Let me say this to you. Let me tell you this. If Reno, watch me. If Reno change their name from Reno to Westmoreland FC and represent Westmoreland, they do a whole lot better than Reno. And I can give you a reason. Let me give you a reason why. In Reno, in Westmoreland, Reno is known as a soft team. The players from certain, the feedback, we have to find out. We say, here's what we're going to do, Sir DV. I'm going to ask you to sign out and sign back in. Just sign out and sign back in so we can get rid of the feedback, please. All right, so we're going to let him do that, and then we can see if we can get the feedback out. And then pick up the interview. But the point I'm making is that Mobile United did this. Mobile United changed from SEBA, and everything changed. All I am saying is that part of what we need to look at is if Reno were to be called to change the name to Westmoreland FC, because there are certain youths not going to play for Reno because it is seen as a soft team. It is seen as a soft team. So when they are from certain eras in Westmoreland, they don't identify with Reno because they think Reno belongs to the people in South. They believe that, right? So sometimes they have that. There we go. Think we're good now. So I was saying that the thing with a team like Reno sometimes is with Reno, and I know this, the youth from Upper Frome, youth from Frome, the youth from Burn Savannah, the youth from Grangeville, they are not going to play for Reno because they say Reno is a south side. They will go to the match when Reno is doing good, but when Reno not doing good, they are not going to follow Reno because as far as they are concerned, Reno is for the people in South. So here's what they're saying. If the team was named Westmoreland FC, they had a team named Westmoreland FC, then it identified with everybody in Westmoreland, from White House to we call it Betheltown, to Negril, to Grangeville, to all of the places, right? Just like what Mobile United did. It doesn't mean that there's not a Reno anymore. Reno can still be Reno. But there has to be something that identifies with the entire parish.
I don't believe that. All right, man is man.
Okay.
You just mentioned a name now. Who carry most crowd? Montego Bay United or SEBA and what other? No, right now.
Right now?
When them play.
No.
Yeah.
When they play, well, there's no. Mobile United are who?
No. When they were playing,
I can tell you
and
this when I can tell you this.
when
Mobile,
Seba, when Seba United play in their domestic league, when Mobile was in it, who had more crowd? Seba or them? Them was in Premier League, Seba was in Division 1. Am I correct?
Seba, listen, the football, yeah, man. Seba, listen.
No, ask me a question.
No, man, you're absolutely right. What I'm saying to you is that Seba, all of those teams, back in the days, the kind of crowds that used to follow Constant Spring, the kind of crowds that used to follow Seba.
Listen. No.
But
Listen,
I'm answering
my question. No, I'm not talking about back. No, I'm not talking about
right now. If Water than Mobile, right now, if Water leave from Mobile, come right to St. Anne, come play on Mobile United. When they had those guys came and play, Mobile United have more crowd right now.
Be careful what you're saying, management. Be careful what you're saying.
I'm telling you,
right now. Montego Bay played in the Premier League. That gone. I'm not talking about when them get knocked out. And they won
bad number. Listen, Western people, listen.
Listen, man. The year they won the Premier League.
Yes.
As I was Jamaica, I don't see the crowd where they talk about. Them don't have the crowd.
No. Here's what I'm going to say to you. Let me say this to you.
Seba and Wadada in that same year. Seba and I can't tell. Seba and Wadada drawing more crowd in them domestic league.
No, all right.
Was drawing more crowd in them domestic league.
No, man. Listen. It's when you come on to Western football.
All right, somebody will join in and tell you.
Let me tell this. Reno, since their glory days, nobody not following Reno. But I'm telling you, when Reno just was in the Premier League, when Reno and Mobile United get relegated, Reno came to Draxall and played. And I'm at Draxall, and one bus with people, around 13 people, followed Reno. Go to Frome to watch Reno. Normally, when you go to Frome to watch Reno, you have to get to Frome at 1 o'clock. Go to Frome when Reno was in the league. Nobody not in the stadium. Nobody. And I'm saying that the football has to transition. There's a time when it had to be Reno because there was not enough club. You have more high schools now. So watch this. You have a Grangeville High School. You have a Godfrey Stewart High School. You have a Frome High School. All of these schools are producing footballers who do not want to play for the clubs. So you have to find something that they can represent. And I think I hear you, because the tradition of Waterhouse, the tradition of Arnett Gardens, the tradition. So let me ask you, what would you tell an investor? Why should a person give me why a person should go and invest?
It's simple. 12 teams that is in national is in Premier League. That's all I want. 12 investors. No, if you drop out, then get a next team. And that's what I'm talking about. You think about the hundreds of teams that is in Jamaica. No.
So here's what I'm asking you.
The 12 teams. The 12 teams that is in national.
When I say that I'm going to invest, I ask you, Blade, this question. When I say, all right, I'm going to invest, I want to invest $10 billion in Waterhouse. What? No, man.
This is why I disagree.
No, man.
This is why I disagree. Yeah. You are going to a figure that is unrealistic.
All right. Give me a realistic. No, man. Give me a realistic.
No. You're my point. My point is that what they are doing now, I want them to do that to the Premier League team. What they are doing now to their business house team, which is a joke business.
No,
the money. Well, I'm not.
No.
Then Biggie could have told you that.
Listen, but I run my company.
Did you know that? Well, did you know?
Watch it. There's a difference though. So I have a company named Pink Waters. And out of Pink Waters, right? I have just give me that's why my example. That's why my example though. This is a good conversation because I know you have something. Yeah. So I have a company named Pink Waters. And my water company, right? Just hypothetically speaking, Pink Waters is the name. Well, my staff, because I'm going to invite my staff to play some football for staff welfare and those things.
Yeah.
At the same
Yeah.
time, watch this. I know that it's going to give me some bragging rights against my fellow corporate people.
Yes.
So I said to them, watch me now. I said to them, listen, I'm going to put some of my money in this. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Watch this. I'm not doing it because I want back a return on my investment financially. I am doing it, one, because it's my way to build up my company, number one. Number two, I get some bragging rights as a business owner. Two things, right? Watch this. I have no risk because I can go to the games. I feel comfortable going to the games. My family can go there, right? I don't have to worry about anything because where it is going to be played, I'm going to play it at my company. So just work with me. I am saying that is my company with my money. I own that. I can stop that. I can come out whenever I want. I am asking you, why would I take that same money? I want you to tell me why I should take that same money and put it in one of the Premier League clubs. That's what I want you to tell me.
All right. I'm going to tell you now.
Yeah.
It's about presentation. The JFF approach all of these people, but guess what they want? No? They want them to be title sponsors. And that's the first mistake that the JFF is doing. They ask them to be title sponsors. And of course, it is better because they cover every one of those teams where say them free there, you know. So I just put up one big money and I get a big promotion from RMT and my name put on every man's shirt. You know that? No, if I go to them and say, no, only one team. I don't want a title sponsor. That's the first thing JFF. JFF have the first have to have that wisdom to say them don't need a title sponsor. What they need is 12 sponsors for 12 teams. I am saying to you, I'm going to tell them, say, listen, man, my rule is that, of course, I'm short, but when you explain this to them, they realize it makes more sense than a business house. For example, Tankwell, you are talking about new company. Tankwell employ about the same Waterhouse man who play for Waterhouse. Employ them now, to play a business house and pay them a proper salary that they will pay their staff, where them pay income tax, NIS, and all this, and pension. No, all I'm saying, instead of working for the company, I am now going to form a business house team out of these community teams, the 12 team in the competition, that will, the players I'm going to get the same pay that I pay a business house player, but only that in money guarantee. No, I'm sure that most people know is getting like $70,000 a month or $90,000. Now, if a player is guaranteed that, guarantee also to them housing trust will be drawn, this will be drawn, that will be drawn, and walk home with that, I'm walking with 90,000 or 80,000 or 100,000, while playing football just for the company. That is his job in the company. The company has a lot of benefits. One, he now has the full, nobody else name on his shirt, but Tankwell as a sponsorship. That team, the JFF responsibility, because now I'd say our president is a part of the CFU.
Yeah.
They should be advocating for a better structure of the CONCACAF and the CFU competition that will give the local clubs international exposure. Therefore, this company will now see something further down the road, whereby this team, if they reach the CONCACAF or before the CONCACAF, their product will be on an international market. Those are the possibilities. The sale of players, because they're going to collaborate with the clubs, not take over the clubs, then collaborate with the clubs with their professional promotional system that will promote the team, right? The teams. You talk about going on it. On it, Waterhouse, Tivoli, the manager the most crowd. Right? So the product, separate, is in Tivoli Garden. Most of these companies is in an inner city area. I am not talking about a man start a new company with them for take up Waterhouse. I'm talking about these business people who have the money can run the club as is in their area. They are in that area, And then what you do, I'm not talking about paying up players $1 million and $20 million. I'm not looking at English Premier League, We don't reach us. English League player used to get £1 a month. That's how them start. So why are we going to start at 40 million. No. English League, night football started with one bulb. One dege bulb. We in Jamaica, if we have 20 floodlights around the field, we say match of a player at the ground there. It's a joke. We are though in the stage of just starting to walk. So I am not going to put those emphasis on the top on the top league and the top thing. I am putting it in our context. No, these companies spend, I can tell you, I used to work at airport authority, and I'm spending over how much? Almost 20-something million for a business, for like a joke business house thing we have, you know. Buy the man and boots, everything, employ man for work. With him, what kind of work he can do? Can do maintenance work, make him do it, and him get a good salary like anybody else in the workplace every month. Play cricket. So all I'm saying, do that, but do it under a club basis. 12 teams. Now, this is where now these business people, I will say now to the television people, we have about 6 television stations now in Jamaica. We have Flow, we have CVM, we have that. We don't have to sell them the whole league, you know. Flow can buy a part of the league and show show some games. So too can TVJ, so too that, so too that. And if one man want to buy it, and say no one about this night, he better pay a fortune. This is now with business people. Now, if Harborview drop out and his cement company wasn't sponsor, then the team will come in, the cement company that you know. Cement company just take that over as the company. And the same management continue. But I'm going to tell you this, if you start that, and you start with 12 Premier League teams, still have a promotion and thing, but the companies know they have a stability in the league. That is it, you know. The company want to know they have a stability in the league. The league is being properly promoted and everything. The league is going to start get bigger because these players that is playing is being well paid. They have a salary and they have that. Then the company will have a stability that they will stay there. What you're going to find is jealousy going to set in. Other companies going to see what it is about and start to sponsor some major league team and some division 1 team down there to get up there. And then the thing spread. That's how we go in England. You think England it start with all of them how much $1 million is Barkley are putting on football? You think it start with that? If I have some book I read, you know, Marvel club used to get the same goalpost used to drop off in a goalkeeper header and knock him out in a Division 1 match in England. Floodlight was 1 bulb. Man used to get must 50 cents or 50 shilling if he score a goal. The team don't used to get paid, and it build up to what it is today. But you know, Jamaica wants to start from the top of the ladder, not the foot of the ladder. We compare our players with Messi and all those players them. And why use the word that those players, Germany is our Messi. I'm just using our context. They are our best midfielder. And they play the other style like those players have. The thought of don't work. So it's not a matter of they want to be saying. That is what to me, an attacking midfielder has to have that characteristic, you know. Have to have it. A central midfielder have to be a player who don't run away, you know, and run up and on the place, you know. So why we don't turn at them and say, we're not doing no work? Why don't turn at them and say, the central midfielder need to do more work? We keep down on the man. The man we're not supposed to do work. It's them who want to do the work. The attacking midfielder. The attacking midfielder out there for not doing the defensive work. We want Bailey for a run and run down man and go to my goal. And that's what we want from Bailey. And then we turn and say, boy, well, Bailey playing in England and we play so him look so good. Bailey have certain points and don't pass. No one then in my pass. But his responsibility is not to pass certain part. You have a right back to take care of that. Him can't take care of that, man. Ship him out. And that's the point. And I'm saying the same way we administrate. We want to administrate and we want to start a league. We're bigger than English league. Not joke business. We want to start a league and we want to pay players $130,000. $25 million. No. All I want to play get like a 9-to-5 worker I get a good salary. I'm not talking about low scale salary. Probably up to the first level of a manager, like a 100,000 or 200,000, depends on the player and the mobility. But a minimum of 80,000. But the player know that every month he's going to get it. The company know they're going to put out the facilities. Then we talk about fee now. The fees are already there. The fees are there now. So you have the fee.
All right, so
and what you use now?
So let me make sure I understand your
Mhm.
thought.
And all right, and
So
then the fees that you
so
have.
no,
The
man.
fees that you have now.
Hold on a sec. Let me just make sure because I want
Mm.
because we started about with the reformation in your idea of the structure of the league. All right. So your thought is they need to tell all the companies who run business house they need to stop having business house. Number
No,
one.
wait,
So
I put this here.
business house need to
Put
stop.
this here. I don't want to sound that way. I would say
Okay.
persuade them. Persuade them.
Persuade. All right. So persuade the
Yes.
companies to.
With good ideas. With good ideas. No, I don't have all the ideas, And I
No
wish
man, I know man. I
someone could.
just want to. I mean, I
Right.
just record
But
the
it's a
conversation.
starting point.
Yeah.
So
So record the
I will sit down. I will sit down with these business house company. Not just 12 of them, A full set and say,
Yeah
listen,
man.
I
All
know
right.
you
So
guys in the business house.
no
How
man, we're
much
not.
money you spend?
All right. So
Right.
no man. So follow me. What I'm not trying to figure out how the conversation is going to be. I just want to get the
Okay.
core of the con. So the core of the
Yeah.
conversation. The core of the conversation is right. We want to find a way um
To
to
get players fully professional.
no man. We want to find a way first to reallocate the resources that you use to run your business house
Yeah.
into
Club.
club football. All
Yes.
right. The money is not going to go to any specific club. It's going to go to one of the 12 spots
Yes.
in the league.
Yes.
All right. So if you used to have a $27 million allocation to do your
Mm-hmm.
business house team, why not let that 27 million allocation go to spot number one? And any
Yes.
year, whichever team is in spot number one, they would get that $27 million to operate their club. The club can decide what goes to salary, gears, all of that. With that
Exactly.
come, you get sponsorship rights. You don't own the club, but this is just a, a sponsorship arrangement. And next year it could be a different club. It's not like
Yes.
are you
Yes.
following? It could be
Yes.
a different club
Or,
because
or, or if a company want to be a co-sponsor and decide to stick with that club, go high and low,
right, or you
then
can do that,
the
right?
management
All right.
does accept
So
that.
yeah, man. So we want to work through the whole.
Yeah. Yeah.
We want to work through the whole
Mm-hmm.
idea
Mm-hmm.
so that we can understand. All right. So, all right. And in return, because I always tell people that there is no billionaire or millionaire. When people have a whole lot of money, is because I mean that when they come by the money by
Mm-hmm.
legal means, it is because they have a lot of money wisdom and they let their
Mm-hmm.
money work for them. So
Mm-hmm.
when someone decides to do that, of course they have to be convinced that the product is worth the investment or the sponsorship.
Yep. Yep.
All right. So my simple question is presently, is the product that we have worth the kind of investment that we are asking?
The question, well, I'll answer your question. Does it worth us? No, it's more worth us to produce that, to produce the product. That is the point. A lot of us is not the football going to do it. It's them based on their investment is going to bring the product and make the product better. What
Yeah,
I
remember the way it's not just the
no,
because
no. What is in it now? What is in it for them now? How do you get things in it? Government will have to play a part. Government will now have more employed people to that is now playing football, so they are properly employed. They'll be getting taxes from them. They'll be getting the NIS, they're getting housing trust, they're getting that because it's a regular worker now. Then they should give the companies that invest in the sports, I'm using the word sports now, since I was using football at the time, for their investment that they put in, we give them a portion of tax relief. Because I'm going to get it back from the player them. They bring it back.
Listen,
But so that's
in
one.
principle,
That's
what
another.
I'm saying that in
So that's an
principle,
incentive. So that's an incentive to the company. The company, GFF now, must be able to show the company, watch. They say this player or those players. All right, the clubs then. First of all, the clubs will now sit down with the company and say, listen, there's a sale. If we get a sale for players, which is foreign exchange, because of your investment, you will be every sale of a player will go X% to the company and X% to the football, to the
all
club.
right. So here, no man. Remember what I am saying is, in principle, we agree, and then what keep happening is that we keep adding the next idea, and all of those are good ideas, but we just want to get the core of it down together so both of us can help the people to understand. So the core of it is, and it comes back to my, because it comes back to my question, like, is the product we have worthy of this major kind of investment? Number one, right? So
the company make it worthy. The company going to make it worthy. Once the company agree, they make it worthy.
Because I have to believe. Watch this. Like, remember now, you're going to put this out there, and I don't want to call it. I'm not giving no company no free airtime. So I'm not calling any name, but say financial institution.
Yeah.
Why would a financial institution that has most of those benefits, because this is a question we are challenged with in Jamaica. Why? And that's why I believe ownership is more important than sponsorship, in my opinion. I'll go and tell you why. Do I agree with all that you're saying? No. But I think in a bigger perspective is ownership, like multi-million-dollar ownership, is better than sponsorship. I'll go and tell you why. When I am an institution and I am already making millions in profit, why would I go and do something that the profitability, in my opinion, is questionable? Right? Because there are so many avenues that I have that I can generate. Probably I can give back to get the tax break and those things through government. Do I understand what you're saying? And I agree with it. So here's what I've seen that has worked. The Mount Pleasant situation has really advanced football in St. Anne, right? Because of a multi-millionaire owning a club who has a heart for football. Just like how Red Bull, multi-millionaire company, owns several clubs. And the Crankies, multi-millionaire, own several clubs. Because when people know you have money, like money attracts money. I think if the ownership structure of the clubs don't change, the kind of investment we're talking about or sponsorship we're talking about, because the clubs don't own anything, it's not going to happen. Because the truth is, the clubs don't even own the field that they use. It don't belong to them. The only thing the clubs own, and they don't even own, they have the players on contract. And probably the players say, you don't owe me because you have not been paying me. The contract is not there. So the clubs in Jamaica most of them, not all of them, don't own anything.
Man is man. We could put it in perspective. I hear say something just required. And if I'm wrong, tell me. The Mount Pleasant man don't own Mount Pleasant. He invest in Mount Pleasant.
No, he owns it.
No, man, he invest in it. You check it out. He invests in Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant Football Club was there before him.
All right, so I can tell you how it goes.
He did not pay off anybody. What he came is invest in money into Mount Pleasant. Maintain from the same Mount Pleasant set of people a level of executive. What he does is put his money into it. Yes, in we have a person.
All
You
right.
see him as when a company come to
No,
Harborview.
but let me just no, man, let me just
When a company come to
let me
Harborview.
explain to you the Mount Pleasant situation because I'm in St.
Yeah.
Anne and I am aware.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a little bit more detail. So just for clarity, he owns Mount Pleasant. Just for clarity, the Mount Pleasant Academy is owned by, he has a board and all of those things, but he is the owner of it. It is not.
All right. I'm going to say something to you.
Yeah,
If
but
that
go ahead
man
with the
leave, if that man leave Jamaica tomorrow, whether Mount Pleasant drop down to Division 4 or 5, Mount Pleasant going to still be around. You hear what I say? If that man decide that him can't bother with what him doing now,
but
so
that don't mean.
Don't want it. So the friend don't want it. He come and invest in it and invest heavily and hope that it will continue. That's a big difference, you know. That's a big difference. He still has the Mount Pleasant backbones there who is the runners of the club.
No,
but he's a great investor.
What I'm saying though, I can't speak to every situation, but I can speak to my club and Mount Pleasant.
All right, but I'm saying to you,
but
answer my question. Do you think that if this man get man leave tomorrow, do you think that Mount Pleasant there'll be no more Mount
just
Pleasant?
Like what I'm saying, what is it? That don't mean that he doesn't own it. So because if I leave tomorrow, Priory Soccer Academy continues, but it doesn't mean that I don't own it. I will no longer own it.
But if you own it and there's not and you leave, they won't be anymore because you are the owner.
Yeah, but you have a board and you have.
If I come and invest now, what I'm doing is saying to these people, listen, I have this amount of money and I'm going to put into your club. Yes, we talk about them in the English league now. We talk about them as owners. But if the Manchester United investor get up tomorrow and say, "Boy, I no longer the owner," I'm going to use the word owner now. They are going to find another investor, you know.
No,
so in
so,
truth,
you're saying that Stan Kroenke, so Stan Kroenke don't own Arsenal? The Kroenkes don't own Arsenal?
I probably use the term own it because him spending money. But if him leave tomorrow, then going to find a next investor. You're going to find a next investor.
Yeah, but him kids, what I'm saying, all right.
You know what? He cannot get up and say, him can't get up and say right now, this club is no longer about anything again because I won it. Him can't get up and do that. Him can't get up and say, I'm going to withdraw and can't play no more football.
He could change the name. He could move the city. He could change it from a city. He could move it from one city to another and change the name.
With understanding of their executive. With understanding of their executive. And if the executive don't agree with them, them say, well, take your money and go. If them don't agree. No, it might be powerful because it's about the money, you know.
Yeah, I don't want it because
but that shows it on the books. It cannot legally.
I'm a little bit confused. Because I am saying that no man. Yeah, because
so I'm not saying.
So you're saying to me that
realistically.
No man, hold on. No man, just hold on one sec. I need to be clear. So I came back and I'm here in Jamaica. Decided that I was going to get some youths. I started a club, got it registered and all of that. But you're saying that even. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying to you is that's what Mr. Gould did.
No, man. Mr. Gould come and take over Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant was here before.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you, that when he came.
All right. He came and he invested in them and then brought all of these ideas and have the finances to back the idea to him have for Mount Pleasant. That's a different thing now than if him come and start him own a thing.
All right. But
I'm saying now, realistically now, that's the best way to sell it to the business people. Is that them adapt these clubs, and we use the word adapt them as them business house team. So Premier League now become their business house. Them say, you can't play like a business house with the rightful people, with the little work of them, you know. You understand me? But their main focus on them spending will be on this team. that is in a more organized football competition,
Yeah.
a bigger league in Jamaica, bigger standard in Jamaica. Then probably they will put in all of these things that you are talking about that will make them attractive, that makes, because them product, and you might end up finding that the ones that they approach, is people who have international product. And that's the point I'm making to you. So therefore, the international product that them have is going to expose them internationally. So that is where the JFF, who is a part of CFU, going to have to get up and start to work. Because them believe say national team is for them work. National team is not their work, National team is supposed to be incidental based on the good work that them do from the grassroots.
Yeah.
So their real work and effort is to make sure that the football from the grassroots to the national domestic league is at a standard that will produce great footballers, and hence the spin-off will be a great footballing country. You think England, FA, business of England go World Cup or not? If the Premier League now run good? Then Premier League is more important to be a properly organized and run than the England team. Yes, of course they might have interest that England have to win and they will do everything and they will spend money upon England. Don't get me wrong. But if it's a choice between making sure England win World Cup or the English Premier League remain as #1 league in the world, is the English league they're going to deal with, the FA. That is them because they know the importance of a domestic league to the national team. But in Jamaica, the other way around. The national federation is more looking sponsor for themselves than for the competition. I'm not talking about a club now, for the competition. And the competition itself, when I'm looking sponsorship, it's not supposed to be a title sponsor. It must be sponsors that can sustain the clubs them.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's where we agree. I agree that there's a couple of things. One, because the truth is in international football, from my readings and understanding, is that predominantly, like at the international club level, which I think needs to happen in Jamaica, is that it is TV deals and the title sponsor. Right. So like remember there was a time when it was called the Barclays Premier League because Barclays, right? However, though you have that title sponsor, the individual clubs can have their own sponsorship. For example, Chelsea is owned by the Russian. He could have a company that is accepted in the Euros as a sponsor, like he had Samsung on the jersey, like Manchester United now have a team like Team.
Exactly.
The Glazers are there. Exactly. The team is Team Viewer, but the FA itself is a sponsor, the title sponsor, and there's also a TV right deal. No, I think in Jamaica, that's what I'm saying, that the important thing firstly is the product, because to get the proper TV right deal, the product must be consumable. In other words, are people really interested in watching this to make a TV channel want to buy and have ownership of it? Will ESPN, because if ESPN were to say this Jamaican league is so good, we want to show it on our channel, it means that the product has gotten so good that now the business in Jamaica would want to now pump funds into it because they have the leverage of a ESPN or Fox or one of those big networks or Sky.
Good.
Right. Why? Because the product is good. And that is what I keep asking. If the product is not good, and this is where I agree with you now, this is why the grassroots, we need to just like forget what is at the top right now and like not start from scratch, but to start a new highway in football. You know, like sometimes the road block up and you can't patch the road, you can't widen the road. You need to just cut a new road completely. We need to cut a new road with the football and just know that all of this at the top going to fade out. Let's cut a new road starting right now and create a complete thing.
But management, this is the point I'm making to you. But how you get there? And I'm saying getting there is that the business company go and make the product. We are looking at two different ways. We're approaching it from the product must look the business. No, I am saying we have to be true to the thing, for the product to be what it is in England, it could be us football that cause it. It's the companies. And then you see tackle sponsor now, when come later, tackle sponsor, man going to find out three kind of team now. He want to be tackle sponsors. The company going to say, really, right, you want to buy into our team, because it's for them thing, you know. That's the point I'm making to you, know. So in other words, then, in that so much GFF controlling the competition. It's these companies now control the competition. Yeah. But them have football minds who direct them on the football side of it. Then them going to want this product to be great because them know them have the expertise, you know. So them can make my product, I can't make their product. Them make my product that enhance their product.
Listen, all right. So I'm gonna give you a good example, right? I remember a particular DJ.
Them do it in business also. You know why? Because them have them team. Them get the GFF give them that.
I'm gonna read this comment. This fellow 40 saying, Donovan, I don't understand some of your logic. The FA and the country are not mutually exclusive in terms of interest of wanting success in the PL and the national team. So both, right. So respond to that, and then I have something to share with you. Yeah.
All right. No, misunderstand. I'm saying Jamaican FA, they own business with national team. They think once they win World Cup, you vote them back in. The English FA, if they're not running a good Premier League, them vote them out. Not the national team. Them could have win World Cup or lose World Cup. Them will vote them out if them can't run a good Premier League in England.
Okay.
Right. That's the point I'm making. So the point I'm making now. So therefore, their emphasis. That's how I make the point now. But they know that if the Premier League, why think over time them have to make rule? One time them have a rule, so no outside player can't play, you know, because they mash up them national team, you know.
I think what it is, because in other words, the function of the GFF,
the league dropped, the English league dropped to one of the worst things in the world, and I'm saying,
so let's simplify.
My national team can never reach World Cup. Me and my league of them say, no, I'm bringing all the foreign come play, bringing foreign coach from coach. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah, man. So let's simplify.
If they were thinking about England, that wouldn't happen.
So let's simplify it. Simplify it, which is the function of the federation in general is not just to qualify for the World Cup, but to have a sustainable, competitive professional league running. All right.
Yeah. So that must be the yardstick. That must be the yardstick where we put a president there.
Right.
The yardstick mustn't be a national winning, because I am saying to you, success will come if your league is successful.
All right. So your thought is the focus, even in the election process, is let's get this person as the president. This is your opinion, because they can get us to the World Cup instead of getting somebody who can get the football from the grassroots levels functioning, which you're saying that will, which you're suggesting if that is done, then the qualification becomes
automatic.
All right, so now let me say that. So let me go back to my point now. So we got that in place. I remember there's an artist, he walked up to Tommy Cowan, who I used to work with, right? And he said to him, Uncle Tommy, hey, listen, more you be my manager, you know. You know what the first thing, I'll never forget this. You know what Tommy said to him? What do you have that you want me to manage? And he said, me have a whole heap of song, man. And he said, give me the song. What is the product that you want me to manage? What is the point? I know that if the business is coming, they can make the product better. But watch this. This is where now I agree with you that the federation needs to make the product so good that the businesses have no choice, because people want to spend money where they see money has been spent. That is why when you build a new highway, people build new houses. People rarely put houses in bush hoping for a road to be built. Here's what they do. In the States, when a highway is about to be built, people start buying the real estate to invest. What I think the federation needs to do is stop asking people to build houses and start building highways. Because if you build the highways, people will build the houses. Until the product, and I'm not talking about just plain because we have talent, but until the product looks good, until I can take my wife to a football game in Jamaica and she goes into a proper bathroom that she don't feel scared, until my son can go and it doesn't have to be in the smoking era in one of our stadiums, until I can go to a game where I don't have to stand, where I can have my eyes on my car, many people are not going to invest because those are the reality of our situation. Those are the part of the things that, yeah.
Man is man.
Yeah.
Let people will go to England and live in England tell you about some Premier League, them go Premier League, man, urinate upon them.
No, man, that's a different thing. Here's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not about spite. Him don't know where to go. So I'm stop the right to urinate.
No, you're talking in the English Premier League. There's no bathroom.
In the stand. And if I say there's no bathroom, him can't get to the bathroom that is there.
No, that's no man. Here's
the
thing.
No,
that's a different thing, dude. That's a different thing. That's a different thing. Because I've been at the National Stadium
and can't get in. Yeah.
And it's hard to go. So that, but there is a bathroom.
But there's a bathroom. But I'm saying to you today,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying now. It's progression, you know. It's progression. And that's what I said, don't get ahead of yourself. Remember this, you know. There was one time in Jamaica when no football club, none, at a stadium. None. So that's where compound come from. And when you come to compound, the referee don't have nowhere to change. And change and care, I will put him out house. Today, we have passed that by a mile. Every single ground in Jamaica basically have a change room now.
Yeah, man.
Some ground have public bathrooms. Some ground, I will admit that. All right, but
a lot of things are improving. Yeah,
right. So I'm saying, I will never look on those things as deterrent. I am looking at it as progress. No, what you need to do is continue that progress. Continue that progress. No, you say what
and this is where you and I must agree on that. What needs to happen is that, and you're alluding to it earlier, the federation and the government needs to come together and pump resources to make the facilities, the product of the football better. Because if you make the product better, the corporate Jamaica will see money be. Listen, businesses have a bandwagonist mentality. If money is being made in it, and you said it earlier, I'm going to go in it. So watch this. Yeah. You know that Mount Pleasant attracted more sponsorship than most other clubs. Those man has money.
Yes.
Why?
Because a man get brave and invest in a club.
There you go.
So coming back to my point. So I'm saying is that we must put the JFF and the clubs, and I'm talking about isolating now, you know, must put that into the companies. And I'm saying the JFF can make a big step by saying I'm not talking about even spending a dime, you know. It's about presenting a product, you know, and say, listen, imagine if you take this team, I call them name, just take this team and spend the money you spend on them that you spend on your business house. Because it is more profitable here, there, and there.
I have a better suggestion for you.
Yeah.
If you qualify for the World Cup, the GFF need to take $1 billion and improve the infrastructure in Jamaica, create a better club system in Jamaica, right? And the government comes along to make accessibility better, safety to and from the venues better, and the business people will begin to put money.
I will ask a question.
That's my thought.
Management.
But I love the idea now. Go ahead. Yeah, man.
Management. We take money out of people pay for sports. We have the latter, we take money out of. I'm going to ask you, we are the infrastructure from those money.
That is the issue we're having. That is the point where that is the point.
We're not holding government accountable. We're not holding government accountable.
Yeah.
taxpayer has put money towards sports for infrastructure now. Where it is. Usain Bolt became one of the greatest sportsmen the world has ever seen. And all know Jamaica can make a center for Usain Bolt.
Yeah. Well, so here's my
Shelly-Ann, now we have the fastest woman in the world.
Listen, since I've been watching football, let me give you an example.
And I think that statue can put up her.
Let me give you an example. And this is my issue. All right. I have seen the work you guys have done at Harborview. I guarantee you, if the government put politics aside, if there was a policy in place that whether the JLP or the PNP are in power, we are going to develop one field in the east of Jamaica, one field in the west of Jamaica, one field in the north, and one field in the south. From the time I was a child, and when you attain the development, you maintain the development. If that had happened from my time, would have had several good fields. If this at the same time they said, listen, let's take a club, work with the JFF, put all the structures and policies in place. That means let's take Harborview. We're going to give Harborview what is that field out there that OG Stats used to play there for their home venue? Lot of wind. It's not breathing.
You're talking about Clancarty
Cement.
Field?
It's Cement Company.
Cement Company. Cement Company.
Yeah, Cement Company. The Stats used to play there, always windy, nice.
Yeah, man.
And say, all right, here's what we're going to do. Government, let's
not Stats. You're talking about Donovan. Donovan?
Yeah, used to play it. I think Donovan. Yeah, one of those schools just played it. Don't even remember, right? So government says, listen, let's take one of these clubs because they provide social benefits, and let's put boards, structures in place, an ongoing thing that whomever is in place. If those things are being done, I believe from the GFF and the governmental perspective, then the cement company, the flour mills, the airport, just other businesses say, listen, there is an improvement, there is a growth. Look at how beautiful the stadium is. I mean, look at how they're organized. Look at all the people watching. Man, it looks so good on television. If those things were happening, I think more people would want to invest and put money in it. The truth is that it's just like if I have my house and I don't want to keep it clean, why should my neighbor come and clean it for me?
Exactly. But man, you hit a point. And this I'm going to say is that what government do? Government does do what give them vote, not what is right.
Well,
that is government. They do to get vote and not what is not right. For example, you mentioned Harborview. I can tell you this. All the years, what happened is that look at Boys Town. I went to not Harborview. I went to go to Boys Town. Boys Town has produced the most and best athletes that come out of Jamaica. Football, cricket, you name it. Right back to music.
Yeah.
Right? And Boys Town football field is what it is today because not one time the government and what Boys Town Father Sherlock has done to the boys them at Boys Town, right? To keep them out of violence and everything. They are not one time telling us because I put something over by Boys Town. Yeah. Boys Town is one of the most winning team, right? But what they will do, they will go and put it around the next corner. I know tell you true though. Government do all the things, you know. If you didn't know, in the 70s, government fix up Rockford, them the whole thing now, but guess you know, them put it where nothing going to happen. Look on Trelawney.
That's my point. So that's what I want to come to.
Look at Trelawney.
My point is
why prison over? No. Prison over should have what Trelawney have.
No, I am saying, you know, listen to me. I am saying I am okay. I am okay with them doing. I am okay with them doing Trelawney.
No, you're not talking about with Trelawney. Which Trelawney talking about?
Yeah, man. They want to build for the World Cup.
Slagger field.
Right. No, man. Listen, Trelawney. Let's use Trelawney because Trelawney use jazz and blues. And let's use Sligo field. Yeah.
No, I'm saying what government do at Sligoville, then is a very good project, you know. But why there?
But
Why
that
not
is
Spanish Town?
so here's my point, because you and I are going to say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do it in Sligoville, do it in Trelawney, but not at the expense of what you're saying, things that have been established. In other words, if you go to Frome, you would not believe that there are trees. You can't see the stands at Frome anymore, unless recently. I am right. So the point I am making is that I'm not going to say don't give Trelawney that, don't give Sligoville that.
No,
I'm saying that
no. Yeah, but
do that.
all right.
However, there are other places that needs to be built up. That's government, because there, and here's why. If there was never a Ministry of Sports, I would not put a demand on any government in Jamaica.
Right.
That there is a department in government called the Ministry of Sport. That means part of your core function is for the development of sports.
Man, have we ever seen the books of SDS and those things? How much more from the latter? What is the collection per year?
Well, you know that maybe that's a very good thing. Maybe we need to see if we can see the books. Books are very hard to find in Jamaica, you know.
No, but pandemic, you know, these are taxpayers. These are taxpayers' money that was told a promise will be going to those sports.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you, but I'm saying that when it comes down to Jamaica, normally when books are the public accounts committee or what's in the name of the other one, the auditor general. Anytime books are mentioned in Jamaica, something is wrong. Anytime books are shown, it is an investigation.
Education tax. Why we are so in shambles with education when the public is paying education tax?
Yeah.
Now the point I'm making is this: we should be able to see that it's going there. Now, as you mentioned, an MP for a year, sometimes an MP cover a wide area, but you have your team in Premier League, and you're going to develop a football field. You know what I'm going to develop into the part that gives them the most vote. Not the part that really in Premier League, you know, and playing the football is where they got the most vote the last election. And you're right. But the point I'm still, the major point though, you're going to come from leadership. And the leadership of the JFF going to have to stand up for from grassroots right up.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, no. And because one of your listeners had it wrong when I was saying that the national team. The point I'm making is that the infrastructure they put in place will give your national team a better chance of going to World Cup than what you put into the national team and not the infrastructure.
Yeah. And that's what I agree. You can't.
Borrell put all the resource. Borrell put all his resource in going to the World Cup, and that was beautiful. So what happened after that? We can't go back to our next one.
Yeah.
We cannot go back to our next one. But we will get up and say Borrell is the greatest president we have because we got to the World Cup. And there's nothing wrong to give him that accolade, you know, because it's a big thing to us. And it's the only time. Yeah. So I'm not taking that from him. But I'm saying the real truth fact that we need to ask is where is the infrastructure that can guarantee us back to the World Cup? Yeah. Japan went to World Cup same time like us, finished behind us, got less money than us, but their FIFA money built 5 stadiums. 5 stadiums. Now Japan has been back to the World Cup, every World Cup since then. And they are now going all into quarterfinals. Jamaica football. Did you know that these Jamaican players built the MLS to what it is today? In the 60s, they had to carry a lot of Jamaicans to play in their league, in their MLS league. You might not name MLS that time, but their franchise league, when you added, when you have Cosmos and everything, you had like Doc McKenzie playing for Cosmo with Pele.
Yeah.
These are Jamaican football. 90% of the footballers that were playing in America those days were Jamaicans because that was the best set of players they could get to what it is today. So them fly past Jamaica. And what I'm saying, boy, America have more money, so you can't look at that. No, it's not just money, it's the idea. America tried to get professional football going in America for many years, and it failed and it failed and it failed. But them keep coming back with better ideas, better ideas. To them get to what it is today, not the money. Because there's money, they will be there from 1960. America never out of money yet.
But what
But
about
they
that
were,
person though? What about that
eh?
person? What about that person who says, but Mr. Hayles, right? Because I hear what you're saying now. I mean, what has been done with the money that we have got? All right. So what about that person who says, big up Jeremy and you as well. Good to have you, Mr. You, in the building. Healing up your coach. So Mr. Blessings coach. Hashtag DV. So this
Yeah,
is
man.
Jeremy and you
Yeah,
healing
man.
you. Yeah.
Yes, maestro. Love always, man. Love always.
Yeah.
That man with many cup for me, man, at all level.
Yeah. Listen, I don't want him to tell that German news story because I hope to talk to him to share because some people don't even know how I'm using left foot, but don't tell them. I
I
want
know,
him
and I
to
will
tell
tell
them.
him. I leave
Yeah,
that to Jerry to tell him.
yeah, they don't know how him start using him. So sometimes you see people and you don't even know the story. But let me say this to you. So what about the person who says though? But isn't it the same problem with a Harbor View? Because they said, listen, Harbor View has probably had the most players to go international. How come Harbor View just have one field, not a proper training field,
Aye.
not a
Good
proper
question.
yeah.
Good question. Good question. Come down to government. Because in Arborview, if a person knows
Okay.
the geography of Arborview, we really don't have any space, And
In Harbor View itself.
in Arborview, right?
Okay.
Now, Arborview, I can tell you this true, Kaji. I've been talking to the airports authority to get a we would have try and develop it, but just get them to agree to give us some piece of land out by port or by airport. Because them have a whole heap of wasteland thing for build there. And the airport authority, them have about 1 million meeting. I would reach nowhere. When I was there working, I got the general manager and everybody involved and say, yes, man, it's a good idea.
Where by the airport you'd build that field? And
Yeah, vote for this,
what
man.
pass the Harbor View? Pass the
Yes, man.
roundabout and go up there?
Yeah, man, no, the airport. The
Yeah,
airport, if
man.
you look to the left, when you go into the airport, if you look to the left, there's a big woodland. There's even a club over there named the Flying Club with swimming pool and everything. And a big woodland where you can get three
So you
people
have,
out of it.
Harbor View have been asking them to build fields there for the club.
We would collaborate with them and try and build field just to train on. And all
Okay.
go around, we don't get it. Then we had a place named Ready Mix down the bottom. Those people moving out. We went to the government, everybody, and said, boy, can we get there? No, them not look for me. I tell you, the vote not there. The vote is not enough in the club.
What
So
kind
what
of vote?
happens? But
So
so
what
what
you
happens
mean
now?
you didn't have enough vote to
No, that not gonna make them win election.
yeah,
50 people,
sorry.
1,000 people, 100 people now, but in the
So
Harvard
what I mean. No, I
club now
thought
make
you were
them win
talking like
election.
there needed to
So
be a
so
vote.
no man.
Okay.
So when you talk
Election.
to government, when you talk to government now, what them see when you saying to them is not what you say now. Is if the vote is enough. Because
Okay.
that's what their concern is.
I
Then
heard the
we
same
add
story today from you, Blair, who said that the
yeah
man who
man.
originally
So,
owned Port Morant United wanted to build
yeah
a
man. So,
stadium
you
and
know, it's problem they claim off. So this is what I say about the business house now. So these are things we're going to sell to the business house. Okay, the Aberview Stadium will be branded as, you say, what I'm calling a business house name, but Management Stadium, that's the name of the company. That's what they're going to get out of it.
call it Red Waters. Red Waters.
Red
Because I must
Water,
use Pink
right?
Waters. So
And
use
we're going
Red
to put it
Water.
up.
Yeah.
And Jeff is going to say to him, say, I guarantee you, if you make that international standard, whenever we have any World Cup qualifying or anything like that, we'll carry some of the match there. And then brand will be all around the stadium. That is one. Two, training ground now. You, the business house, have training ground. So you will now put a bus in place for the footballers to carry them to your training, your field, not the Harborview Stadium. And all these youth groups in Harborview, we're going to take them to that place, and that is now our training ground, your home field that you play on. So
I
you're going
wonder
to fix
if
up your field, and that is our training ground.
I
But the
wonder
match is going to
because
play there. The match play in Harborview.
yeah. I see Ruchin saying and they fight out Mark Mendel. I wonder if there's a a, a fear of people with monies in Jamaica. Like when people have money and come to Jamaica, there's a fear because a lot of times the people who have come and wanted to invest, they get a lot of, there's a lot of resistance. Like, I don't know. I kind of get like, you think about the Mark Mendel, the Port Morant United. You can think of even the difficulty like Powell had in Montego Bay, on a lesser scale. Like, there seem to be an issue that if you have money and want to do things, somehow it there seems to be a
Simple.
conflict between the political
Simple.
stuff
Simple. It's a bad mind thing. If the government, them know they're not going to do it, but if you do it, you're going to show them up. JFF know, if you do it, you're going to show them up. So I'm trying to make him sure, boy, really, you have to work hard to do it. You know how much trouble and how much pressure we get when Baby Ghana was being sold? From the JFF. That they must get the money. They must get it. And this point, and outside of that,
why would they get the money if because a player is not sold by a country?
But you know the story. If you remember, we decided to give them a portion of money towards youth development, youth teams, not the senior team, because we believe the senior team was getting enough. And it was refused because them say we can't tell them what to do with the money if we get them. So that money, since above you people want to talk it, I go and talk it because we don't want to rock the boat, but I go and rock the boat. But what we did was take that money and share it between all the parishes in Jamaica. If you didn't know that, we give all the parish in Jamaica some of that money for their football. It might not be enough to care to rate one to care, but we say, all right, we're going to take the money, and it was said that we had to take what we go get JFF and jump in the sea with it. Because they didn't get all of it, and we were giving them with conditions. And why the condition was there? Because we have a clever man in the name of Carvel Stewart who saw that if the money is given, Jamaica, them said Jerome Reid is under 21 coach. You said a joke. We have an under 21 team. We don't have no under 21 competition in the world.
When did they say that?
When them to me fire him from the as assistant coach, they now put Jerome Reid in charge of the under 23. And I'm saying there's no under 23. Olympic is the only time you have a team.
But you're talking the recent decision where they said that when they moved him from the assistant coach, they made him the under 20 coach.
Yes, 23, not the under 20, the under 23, which is the Olympic team. And the Olympic team don't have no FIFA competition or FIFA dates. So it's a joke thing that. Put the man in charge of a team that we can be active. I will ask a question. We went to under 17 World Cup, we went to under 20 World Cup, and why we can't go back? And we have been there twice. Wyndham Downswell did it twice. Right? We have been to
Jackie Walters as well.
Yes, and Jackie Walters. I think probably went more than one time, but more than two times. But the point I'm making is this: is that what happened? When do we assemble under 17 or under 20? You know when? When competition come around. And all what you hear is no money. It's not money, it's vision. It's vision. Our problem is not money, it's vision and the will to do.
So you said that the reason why all of you haven't really done certain things is because some of those were just red tapes.
Red tape. From matter of fact, as I tell you, it was because of my mother relationship with the Matalands, being a Matalan, why we got the compound.
Oh.
Because we went to Aqua, there was a place over by the river, which we call is now an outing scheme. Everywhere we go, them push us off. Now in Cuba and in America here, and many countries, you cannot build a housing scheme without a recreation center.
Okay.
Only Jamaica alone.
You guys had a hard time getting the compound. I didn't even know that.
Listen, it's basically we have to capture it, and then my mother get it legalized by going to Matalan and him then say yes, but I have to form myself into a club. So him give it to an organization. And that's all we have.
So you're Mr. Harborview, man. Because I see all your mothers, I never even know these things.
My parents was involved because my father come from Costa Rica, so he's sort of him know sports and him love sport, right? Football, especially football. Because when I used to play for Jamaica, him tell me, he said, boy, Donovan, you can't beat my country now. And me laugh at
Yeah.
him, and it's true. You pick up 6 and 7 from Costa Rica. But the point is this: is the will. Jamaica is the will. It's like a little pan chicken man decides to go down on the corners, on your corners, and start selling chicken. Everybody say, "Oh, that can't work." But so the moment him go down there, him have the will. Him don't have money for buy it. Him don't have no money, you know. But him also part him does work at things and say, boy, this is how work, you know. And probably buy one chicken. So him go down there now and things start to run good and things are run good. 500 come join him. Who tells them couldn't start, he kind of have no money. It's not that. It's the will to do it. And when them say other people do it now, then we get it. JFF need to get up and have the will. When Burrell said we're going to World Cup, it was money. Everybody tells us we can never go World Cup because we don't have no money for buying no spend on no coach and players and everything there. But Burrell had the will to carry us there. The will.
Yeah. But you guys in
But
Harborview, you have your own like clubhouse, like your own
everything.
the club
Everything.
owner. Yeah. And it's owned by the club.
Yes, and we have about 21 rooms where players can stay. That house 2 and 3 players.
That's owned by the club.
You buy the club. The club's
Not
chicken.
lease, owned by the
We
club.
were the first club to build a stadium in the Caribbean, not in Jamaica, in the Caribbean. The first club. Football club.
Yeah.
First football club. In Trinidad, all the stadiums are owned by government, like the national stadium. All the FIFA project is owned by that. It's owned by FIFA. Harborview is the first football club in the history to have a field, a stadium for themselves. When we put up lights, man, they say it's impossible. We were the first. We instruct like we have stands go right around the stadium. Can seat 9,000. We can't park it again. You know, easy for park time 9,000. And it's sort of understanding football. You know what MLS did when they started them football to make it look good? Their stadium was, they were told that they cannot build any stadium that seat more than 2,000. You're saying no more than 2, because they want they know 2,000 will make the stands look good. And when the stands start look good, them carry it up. Them carry it up and them carry it up till probably 50-something thousand now start to watch game.
Yeah,
that's how people are.
But seriously though, Harborview needs to have some other field because you can't train on the same field because it's not good.
That's the point I'm making. But it's not from the want, not from the want or the will. And I know they're still working it, but one is the space. And
what about the cement company field? Is that too far from you?
Not about far. It's about the logistics that the cement company, I don't think them use that anymore. They store things over there.
Okay.
Because we used to train down there one time, you know.
Yeah, I know that.
But yeah, them abandon it. Them they not use again. If you go over there, you know, a lot of things stored over there.
Okay. Yeah, but you need a field because...
So cement company started to rent our field to play them game.
Yeah.
So for Harborview, the logistics is really getting somewhere and getting the approval to get to for use. And the best place we have is just behind our goal. There's a big open land down there. But what? The government refused to allow us to use down there and things. But you know,
behind where?
Behind the at the compound, we call it ready mix, just behind the top goal. But it's if Harborview executive was a rebel like me, we don't have it because I tell them to capture it. Because that's what we're going to Jamaica, you capture him law, yo. But you know, we now do things illegal. So what happened now? It's being captured and people live there now. Why we get rid of those people? People need somewhere to live. Yeah. But the idea goes straight up to Augustown, you know. A big woman go right up to Augustown. You can walk from there, go straight to Augustown. And if you drive, I reach Augustown before you.
That's where you go past Warwick Hill and those places. That's the same.
No, man. No. You know compound? You know the field?
Yeah, man. I know compound. Yeah, man.
There's a top goal at all in the city. Where some billboards is a top goal. Right there and the river.
Yeah. Oh,
the river.
Okay.
So what time you have a big land that goes straight up to Anthony. It's a very short distance because a straight line up to Augustown.
So who owned that? Who owned that piece of land?
I think it was Matalan. They used to do the sun and grab the thing down there. Used to
Okay,
wash
so,
it. It has its
oh,
own
so,
a well. It has its own a well and everything. So
so you'd have to lease it or buy it. The club would have to buy it, or it's not
we wanted all of that. It's just to get the approval.
from who? From
We will do
government.
all of that. We will do all of that, but just couldn't get the approval.
From government.
But I tell you this. So some people take it out in a release without anything at all, and them can't run to them. So why didn't do it? Give it to us to put to good? Because we were thinking about putting
Wait,
three,
wait a minute,
four,
that people
five.
capture it? Wait a minute, people capture the land?
Yes. If you go down there, there's a big housing scheme down there now, man. People, what people don't tell you, I tell you how big the place is, man. People live from there, go straight up to Augustown.
These things are fascinating.
So we're actually left without a room. The last little space we had to leave.
Somebody's saying that
Yep.
Bryce Hill through Dallas to St. Thomas and Cane River. That's not really talking, man.
No. It is in Arbor. It is right beside the field, the football field.
Yeah. David Donovan Donovan says, wonder if Boys don't get any of those money from Harbour View. Good to see you telling us your story and more from Mr. DV. Let me salute you and thank you.
I will tell you something.
All you've done.
What a man tuning now, where was a headache to me,
Seems a headache.
Yeah, man. No, you talk about some quality, but it's Donor had a presence in central midfield. Tall, big, touch. I think it's a nephew or cousin of Herbert Garden, if I am right. And although he's a defensive midfield, I will tell you this: Donor full of pass. The defensive midfielders need to see what Donor was enough for. Them man come forward, when man step forward from out of central midfield and come forward and kick, and a joke business, And yet still back in central midfield, not with speed, not with great energy, but with the knowledge that the man have as a player to know that I can go forward now and do this and get back. Joe Downer.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Them man was not ordinary football, but a player, I'm not them know all years. But if it's a Joe Downer player, right?
He shared his story. He shared his story already, man. We interview him,
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, man.
Good,
And you know that he has his phone. He's doing some work as well because he has the Trenchtown International trying to put on a big thing down there in Boys Town.
But I want to say to Joe Downer, and this is where I start off, because I am upset because Boys Town should be the best community center in the whole island of Jamaica, or probably in the Caribbean, because that's an icon place, right?
Yeah.
Too many great artists come out of the year and coming from over Boys Town to matter about that same field, the man build a school, a church, a football field, and a cricket field. Them have land.
You Sherlock.
And yet still, I don't want to get involved in politics, but yet still the politicians them do everything around Boys Town and ignore them because what? Boys Town is about the sports and the development of young
It is you Sherlock that did that work.
You Sherlock. But
Yeah.
I am telling, and there's others that carry on. Like Mutter Wright, who was the one the president of our the cricket team, right? Yeah, people like Sonny Levy, Comrie, those people, Carl Brown, them put them life and things without the help, not even a cent from government. And well, I'm not bad manning, as you say, and God deserve to have what them have. But Boys don't deserve it first. Because that is a place that Arnett Garden and everybody that is Trenchtown. So the entire community of Trenchtown was looking towards that field. Government also bring in Marvin Gaye, and him keep a free concert, to develop the field over Boys Town. And Boys Town is like develop it to more dust. Where that money go?
Yeah. Listen,
Look how many championship Boys Town win.
Yeah.
This is what to do. And we talk about ghetto. No, we build ghettos. Because we don't want to develop the people in here. Huh? We don't want to give the people them hope and ambition and chance. They have the ambition, but them don't have the hope. Because what? You keep them there. You keep them there.
Yeah, people.
And not providing. The youth them talk about footballers coming out of Boys Town. Footballer. Just if a born a Boys Town, you can't start playing football or cricket. Just born.
Yeah.
Before you start in train, just born in a Boys Town, you can play. And I think that's where I come from too, you know. I come from Trenchtown.
Yeah, I remember you shared that in the first.
I'm not ashamed about that. I am not ashamed about that. And my era was an upscale era.
Yeah, I remember you shared that in the first episode. But
yeah, man.
Listen, man, I'm telling you that we feel like we're just starting to talk, and it is 3 hours and 30 minutes that we have gone. A whole lot of time. So this interview in and of itself is 6 hours, over 6 hours, and it feels like there's so much, so much more to say.
Tell.
But we're gonna have more conversations. Can't say that we today we were in agreement and all things. I think we're close to that, but we have some different philosophies, which is what we need in the football. We have different ideas, and they all come together. Yeah.
Man. What I want to say, don't look at it as a disagreement. It's my idea.
Different ideas, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And when they come together,
this is your idea, my idea. How can we bring them together? That's it. That's what. How can we bring it together to make? And I'm sure I'm not putting out something out, for others to come redeem something greater. I'm just putting my little idea out there. I'm not saying that must be the way. So what I put out there is for somebody to think about it and even develop on it. And I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how. Yeah. And that's how it has to be.
If someone put up Collie Smith there.
Yeah.
Collie Smith was on his way to become the greatest cricketer in the world. He was better than Gary Sobers. Bowling, batting, everything, feeling. He was a better player than Gary Sobers. And he died in a car accident and tour in England. Right? Gary Sobers was a driver. And Gary Sobers make a pledge to say that he's going to dedicate the rest of his cricket life to Collie Smith and become the greatest all-rounder that ever lived. Which he did because he knew Collie Smith was on his way to be that. When Collie Smith died, as a little boy living on Gemwood and things, my father carried me and put me on the house top because I'm fly. I'll never forget that day, They fly the casket over the whole community. And them said that they must open the door. I think it was a helicopter, a plane, no, I think it was a helicopter. And they said they was going to fly low enough and open it so that everybody could see it. When you look on people lying the whole of Collie Smith going down to the cemetery there, Maypen Cemetery. Right? On my father's side, when it's so little I can't carry down there. But let's just go on the house top because we have to see this. We have to see this. He wanted us to see. And I remember that. He took us on the house top. My brother them. I think probably Shannon would have gone. Shannon used to run to Boys Town regular,
Yeah.
Our Bob Marley and them used to come up where I live because my father used to keep dancing in the yard where we live, But it was a joy in the community. It was a joy. I used to go to the tank and run around the tank. My little sister, and I was my little sister, my twin sister.
But
that is it. Come on.
Listen, so I want to thank you. Listen, man, just hearing some of these things. As one person, man, I want you to congratulate this man on the work he has done for football. Donovan Dona again says, just listen to Mr. Davey. If it was for me, I would have locked up every management person in Boys Town in the last 25 years. Boys Town have done nothing to develop Boys Town. All right. And I know he's a strong advocate for what is happening down there. But listen, I mean, somebody says that Davey is a historian who needs a daily platform. This man of history and isn't afraid to speak his mind. Real old school dog.
For me, I honestly believe, that the Marlies should get together, and in honor them father, even do that project, I honestly believe that. In honor of their father,
Yeah.
I strongly believe. But I honestly believe that Boys Town, something must do about Boys Town. It can't happen, so man. I don't want Diane Downs to Boys Town have a first class stadium. Honestly, I don't want, because Boys Town is the backbone of Jamaica's. It's the backbone of Jamaica sports.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying
it's true. Listen, when I tell people that, when I look at the list, right?
What I put better is the backbone of Jamaica sports and culture.
Yeah, man.
So not just sports alone, sports and culture. We talk about the Alton Ellis, the Ken Boots, the any any musician, promoter, anything you want to think about, Boys Town that is Boys Town original. And to see what is over there by the field, and everything is done by every field. Bob Marley, all of the Whalers, Peter Touch, Bob Marley, Bunny Wheeler, Rita Marley,
What I'll
all of
say
them
is
from
that
there.
what I'll say is that in closing is that there are many significant. I know Boys Town is one of them. When I think about the historical value to Western Jamaica, like for Frome, um, those places
Yeah,
it
man.
must be. But even our own national stadium is in a deplorable condition. It doesn't look good. So that is saying that there needs to be something done, and it starts here. Maybe more persons need to hear people like you speaking, Mr. Hills, and other persons out there advocating. The thing is that um, maybe, like I said, we need the voices need to be louder and to be directed at the right place. And instead of us, probably fighting each other, we should fight
Thank you.
together.
Stop, yeah, man.
Because
Stop pull together, man. Stop pull.
stop fight.
Give us,
We're fighting each other instead of fighting together for what needs
no,
to
man.
make the place better and all
Exactly.
of that.
Exactly. As I simply put it in the mannings, man. If you get a pack of card and you take out a single card and give it to everybody, we can't tear it in half. We can't tear the jacket in half, but give them the pack and tell them to tear the pack as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cannot. So therefore, no matter how weak we are, if we come together, we are stronger than anybody else, man.
Yeah, man.
And
Listen,
stop the jealous thing, man. Stop the jealousy is what is killing us. No, you can't tell me say a year I can't get this because if you get a year the next year I'm going vex. No, man, we have to do it because we can't do everything everybody one time. Pick out the priorities and do it. And this is what I think reach out a place like our Boys Town. I think that if you was to put it a vote, Boys Town must come first in terms of a build of a proper facility. Because them earn
so
it.
yeah.
Them
I say,
earn it. They
yeah,
deserve
man.
it. Them deserve it.
Yeah, man, I want to say a big thank you to you, for taking the time. You're on vacation, taking the time to come and be on the program for these 2 days. Like I said, close to 7 hours. Really, really good information. And like I said, listen, here's what happened. And I tell people that one of the things I've learned, just in my readings and in my studies is you can listen to as many people as possible. And even in the most ludicrous statements, you can find value. You can take stuff, you can add stuff, you can look for principles and truths, and you can add them, right? You can add them, you can add to what you know. And I want us to for truth is I wish that as a country, that's how we begin to reason. Like, I am not an idiot, you are not an idiot, though we may not like what is being said, but we can listen and learn and put those things together in a constructive way to make life better. And so I thank you for the value you have added to people's life. Think about the Jeremy and you, the Luton Shelton, the Peter Lee Vassals, Fabian Taylor, the Lovell Palmers, Donald Stewart, all of these guys, and so many others who have come through all of those Kingston College teams that you have coached. Um, you know, a stellar footballing career, coaching career. We really want to say a big thank you to you, the work that you have done at Harborview, and the work that you continue to do. I mean, so good is your work that Junior grows. As you said earlier, and he said that he has an academy in Canada and the fields are named after you. They are called the Donovan Hills fields. Can you imagine that? In Canada, an academy, the fields at the academy are named after you. That's not no small feat for one to accomplish. And like I said about Baby Gardner, I think, even in Harborview, it would be good to walk into Harborview one day and see the Baby Gardner, record of Baby Gardner stand, or the record of Baby Gardner changing room, the DV
Exactly.
Hills, the DV Hills stands, the DV Hills, those things are are so important because it means that the legacy
Ricardo.
continues and lives on, you know?
Yeah. Ricardo deserve that. Ricardo deserve a stand to be named after him. I don't want it to happen when him die. I want it to happen now. Must
Yeah.
have a stand in Harborview. Must
Yeah.
have a stand in Harborview
Yeah.
in honor of Ricardo Gardner. You understand me?
So again,
That achievement is not easy.
yeah, man.
But you know, management, thanks for having
Barrington
me.
Gaynor, right? So Germany, don't forget
Yeah.
Peter Cargill. Barrington
Yeah.
Gaynor, so many names. I mean,
Yep.
and here's one of the things I've been saying, I don't understand. Like when I'm away, right, I will go to these places, and when I go into certain, I can tell you who played there, because when
Yeah,
I'm
man.
walking, I see pictures, monuments of them. Is it so hard for even the clubs to put up pictures, monuments of the people who have, like Jermaine, you just saying, Barrington Gaynor, how can Harborview not have something out there that when somebody walks in, they see something with him and his name?
Listen. We the clubs have to do it first. And this is where I stand now. I now blame the JFF and the government for that. We the clubs have these fields. Waterhouse have these fields and have the stadium. With the liquor what we have, right? The Bingy Blair, I'm just calling name now from
Yeah.
Waterhouse. Same thing, right? And I mean, Boston don't have it, but if Boston was to have it, the people like Devagan, even Alan Cole played there. You understand me? Alan
But
Cole played there.
but they have
So
other names. They have like Clive Simmet, they have Carl Brown, they have
yeah, but well, the truth is that Carl Smith get him due because when them name a road off of Carl Smith. That's how great the
yeah,
man was. So
yeah.
I really pleased after that, you know.
But I
Lindell
can give
Wright.
you an example.
But I Westpick Morgan is the only, and I think sorry is the only person that play football and cricket for Jamaica at national level.
I'll give you a good
Westpick
one.
Morgan.
Capel Donaldson Carntail passed in Westmoreland. And like those names should be at Frome.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no way that Jared Park shouldn't have Whitmore,
Tiga,
Teagot,
Tiga.
Twinnybug, Hector Wright, and all of these people and many other names.
Yeah.
Right? We're like we forget these things, and I think let it start with Harborview. I encourage you. You're out there. Let it begin
Yeah, man.
with you out there at Harborview. Again, so big thank you to you. And I mean, stay safe. We will talk. There's a lot more that we will discuss. So we're always available, and there are going to be other programs with you. But I want to thank you again for your dedication to the sport. I know you're not involved right now, but you may get involved again at some point. And your expertise have helped to develop coaches and players over the years. And again, big thank you to you and to the Harborview fraternity, because Harborview has over the years, since Ricardo Gardner, Harborview has always had an outstanding player in the ranks of the national team. And they normally send through some of the younger players. Think about Luton Shelton, the late Luton Shelton.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the amount of goals he scored, and people forget his accomplishments outside of Jamaica. I mean, they have Jeremy Lynch, who is outside of Jamaica doing well. I mean, so many names.
Man, a lot of people might not know, but we sell the most players right across the scale, from forward, midfield, defense, and goalkeepers. We have 3 big international goalkeepers.
Yeah.
One in Blake, but we will share Blake with Sporting
Central, yes.
Yeah, we will share him with Sporting Central. But from a youth level, he was at the club from a very young level and got through. He went to Italy with us to get international exposure. Then we have Miller.
Dwayne Miller, yeah.
Right. And we had Thompson, which is now a big coach in the United States.
Ryan Thompson.
Ryan Thompson. He kept in the Champions League. A lot of people might not know that.
Yeah.
Right? So when we talk about players and sale of players, getting players into international. I'm not talking about in schools now, right? Because you have Chulups, you have Low, all of those players, right? That through the Harborview, we have about 100 players who went and played professionally abroad.
Yeah.
Kevin Bryan.
Yeah.
Right? We're talking about Korea, in Germany, the man Ralph.
Kari Stevenson.
You know, I can go on and on. We have over 100 players who has
Because
been.
Woolley Harris also played for you guys too,
Older
and
Harris,
Altimont Butler.
Tyrone Marshall.
Yeah, yeah. Tyrone Marshall came back when in the off season. Yeah,
No
he
matter of
did
fact,
shred it.
I said we have 3 international goalkeepers. We had 4 because you had an American guy that came out of college who said he wanted to develop his trade and came to Harborview by the name of Preston Burpo. And then after make 4 stints in the major league here, he came back to the United States, got an MLS draft, and became, but in 2 seasons after that, became the #1 goalkeeper in the MLS. He got the trophy for the most outstanding goalkeeper by the name of Preston Burpo. And when he came to Jamaica, he came there because he said he wanted to learn more about the game. He's American. All he did was went to college, and then he came that he was Fred about that with him say, all right, you want to learn to play good football? Go Jamaica and join my club, Harborview. And
All right.
I was the goalkeeper coach. I coach him.
All right, listen, blessings,
Yeah.
blessings to you and the family. And like I said, we
Thank you,
will
man.
talk. And thank you so much. Always good talking to you, and thanks for all the love
Yeah, man.
and the support. I'll send you. Well, you have the video, so you can go back and watch it. All right.
Yeah, man. And I faith, man. Jamaica going quite gentlemen.
I
Yeah, man.
I don't know
We're
about
after,
that.
we're after, we're after, we're after. And I want it to happen. I want it to happen because if it don't happen, and it's the next thing again. Me have to support my local coach, you know. Because of what if I think about him standard or not. I know I say we're doing everything right. But what is important for me as a Jamaican and who was a coach in Jamaica, for him to do well, is for people to start believing our own. So if him don't do well, it's going to be a setback again for another Jamaican coach.
Yeah.
But that's where we have to go. Every country go, you must use a local coach. Don't get me wrong. There are times you have to get an international coach. Don't get me wrong. There are times, but it cannot be that we're going to depend to have an international coach at all times. No, but at times, but we have to go the route whereby we can develop our coaches that was turn them out dime a dozen to coach the national team and them do well. Yeah.
All right.
Just, yeah, man. Bless up manage, man.
Yeah,
And
man.
keep
Bless
doing
up,
what you're
man.
doing, brother.
Yeah, man.
Keep
Thank
doing
you
what you're
so
doing,
much.
brother. Right? And
Yeah,
blessing to Jamaica. Yeah,
yeah,
man.
man. All
Love
right,
all the
man.
time. Yeah.
All right, so there you have it, people. That's our interview with Mr. D.V. Hills, Harborview stalwart. I want to end this video with a very special thing today. I want to give special tribute to D.V. and the work at Harborview, Mr. Hills, and all the work that he's doing, and also to the unsung ones. I've been saying unsung heroes, but they actually changed the name. The unsung ones is a group of former national players, and they work together to help other national players who are falling on hard times. You know, you have people like Michael Tolo, Bradley Stewart, Carlton Sambo Hammond, Anthony Badascarbet, Jumpy Harris, Denden Hutchinson, all of these guys and many more, they work together to help other players who are falling into hard times. And they are going to come on because maybe you're out there and you want to aid them in what they're doing. You know, because remember, and sometimes say, what did they do with their money when they were playing? They weren't being paid, right? They were doing it out of the love for the country predominantly. And some of them, they weren't making money out of football at that time. And they, from time to time, they go through hardship. And there are many well-thinking Jamaicans out there who want to help them. So please, um, you know, one of these days, Michael Toller is going to come on and you can give back to that organization. Also, want to remind you of Trenchtown Rock International with Donovan Donor, Joe Donor, and people connected to Boys Town that they're having their fun day and treat to give back to the community of Trenchtown in December. And they have an account number, website that you can also give back to them to help them if you're so interested. You can speak to me and I can connect you to Mr. Richard, Clive Reed, his name is, sorry, and also to Mr. Joe Downer, and they can tell you how you can make your contribution. Because you know, every mickle they say make a muckle. I don't know what a mickle is. I think it should not be every mickle. I think it is every nickel. I don't know. That's what I think that makes more sense. But old people say mickle. I don't know what mickle is, and I don't know what muckle is. But every mickle make a muckle, right? We come up here in it, don't make any sense, but we just repeat it. All right. But again, please, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Mr. You, remember you need to shout me, Mr. You. Please give me a shout. Right. But thank you for watching. Just to give you the update, there is a possibility, and Brain Drain will want to hear this. I'm just learning that Calabar could possibly be in the quarterfinals of the Manning Cup because some of the school has gotten into problems. One more school. That's what I'm hearing. So let me just check to make sure I'm getting correct information right here. So according, that Tivoli are out and um, Tivoli are out and Camperdown, and there is an issue I am hearing with a player from Charlie Smith in there, right? And that could mean that Charlie Smith could be out, which would mean Calabar gets in. So we don't know yet. But also in the Da Costa Cup, the final two quarterfinalists, they have been added, and they are Glenn Muir and Edwin Allen. Lennon and Clarendon College and Edwin Allen. They defeated Glenn Muir and Edwin Allen. All right. All right. So here, Mr. Donor. Yeah, man. So Mr. Donor sees someone here asking how they can make a contribution. Right. There you go. Yeah. So all right. So I don't know how I'm going to do this, Claudia. If you connect, if you can let me do this, right? I'm going to put the number here. You send me a WhatsApp and then I can connect you with Joe Donor. All right. You can do that, or you can use Instagram if you so desire, or you can use that contact number, and then I'll let you be able to communicate with Joe Donor. All right. So you can work that out. All right. People, again, big thank you to you. Thank you to our sponsors, Tricknick. Thank you to all the moderators. Pagan, 180, Gunners Boss, Claudia, Carlton Alexander. Let me see how many names I can get. Owen, big up. Jeremy and you was in here. Lyda Connor who was here. Who again? Lyda Connor always. Lyda Connor, I need to know you, man. You're full of information. Really love that. Danville Monroe, respect for all the views and all the share, all the comments. Robert, who was here. Ruchin, who was here. Kurt Palmer, bless up. Brain to the drain. Right, big up. Fresh God, big up. Ron Davis, big up. How many more names do I have? How many more names can I call? I don't know. Trying to get a Dre Any Weather. Please, people, check out Dre Any Weather. His channel. That's the name of it. J Ross, bless up. You understand me? CC Sports Lab. Ziggy Man, always insightful. Right, knows his stuff. Digital. Home Tech, bless up to you as well. And all the other persons who were here, there, and somewhere. Peso, you're just checking in. You're going to have to watch the replay. Bless up one and all. The Christmas treat is with Trenchtown Rock International, and that it will be in Trenchtown. It is Joe Donor and former Boystone player who are giving back to the community. It will be on the 18th of December. And then you have the unsung ones, which is Michael Tuller, Denden Hutchinson, Anthony Carbett, where they help former players, right? So bless up. Remember to check out our sponsors, Tricknick. And remember, they are giving you 25% discount. Good Christmas gift to give away. Just shop at www.tricknick.ca and use the coupon code I am sure sports 001 to get your discount. And we're going to close this video with a word from our sponsors. Stay safe and join us tomorrow when we have two fantastic interviews for you again. We have a junglist on and we have in one other person on. So you want to hear from that junglist, from a captain of the Arnett Gardens football team. Can't give you the name yet, but you will know the name. All right, when we get
of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Trick Neck Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Yeah, two things, right? Sport over by coaches just tomorrow. Big interview with Rene Simoes, I think at 7:30. And Sports Frenzy, they're on right now. Javan and Josh Carl and those guys over there. If you want to know what is happening in club football Champions League, check out Sports Frenzy, right? So bless up one and all. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and please live good, stay safe.